What is up, everybody? Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. Welcome to Rockin Robbie Live here on a Sunday night. This is, in fact, the last Rockin Robbie Live of 2023, and we're going out with a whole shebang here tonight. We're doing the Teen Dog Shades night. That's right, I got the shades on, I got the drink on, I got the smoke on. Get your shades on, get your drink on, get your smoke on. Whatever it does to get you into the mood to talk about anything otherworldly or just the regular mundane type stuff. Station Pop, pop, boom. How is everybody doing? Super excited to have everybody here. Can y'all hear me? It's telling me that it's not connected. I need somebody to let me know that they can hear me. If you can hear me, then we're just fine. Why does this happen? Hello, Bob. What's up? How's everybody doing? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Every time we do a Teen Dog Shades night, this kind of stuff, audio's all good. Okay. Let me continue on with the introduction then. This is the show where we gather, we talk about comics, movies, pop culture, and a whole lot more, and it's a Teen Dog Shades night. That means that we will definitely be talking about a whole lot more. Maybe a whole lot more than some people bargain for. And if you're not familiar, Teen Dog is a comic book series from Boom Studios, Boombox to be particular. Came out several years ago, and it's such a cool book. It's an awesome book. I love it. But in that book, there's this super cool cat. Actually, it's a super cool dog named Teen Dog. He always wears the shades. And that book, as cute and charming as it is, sometimes can get a little bit metaphysical. And then one day back in the day, these are the official Teen Dog Shades glasses that were sent to us by Boom Studios to my comic shop. So one day I just happened to be wearing these shades, and we just started going off and talking about magic and meditation and other dimensions and Atlantis and all kinds of crazy cool stuff, UFOs and even cryptozoology, all that kind of stuff. So we used to do Teen Dog Shades night sporadically throughout Rockin Robbie Lives. I think we did one this year, and we're going to wrap it up again this year. We're going to wrap up Rockin Robbie Live with a Teen Dog Shades night, everybody. So get ready, because we got some wild stuff to talk about. That means nothing is off limits tonight. Any questions that you want to ask me, because we're not doing Marvel in the 90s tonight. We're not doing Batman. I intended on doing those, but unfortunately this week was just so busy, I was not able to get those in and ready for tonight. So we're going to save those for when we return in January. However, tonight we got the DC sneak peek. Tonight, we got the reveal of the PCP movie night lineup for January and February of 2023. That's right, the first 7 movies, actually the first 14 movies that we're going to be talking about for 2024 on PCP movie night, we're going to be chatting about tonight. I'm going to reveal that lineup a little bit later on. Though we have a plan, and the show and tell is going to be a part of it, this show is driven, fueled, if you will, by your questions, your thoughts, your comments, and your concerns. So get them in right now. Once you get into the chat, say station, say pop, pop, boom, say what's up, say hello, say zoom, 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 whatever it takes. But then get your questions out there. What do you want to talk about? And hardly anything is off limits tonight. I got the shades on. You want to talk about drugs? We'll talk about it. You want to talk about metaphysical stuff? We'll talk about it. You want to talk about aliens? We'll talk about it. You want to talk about Mark Miller? We'll talk about it. Unashamedly, uninterrupted, and unfiltered. Here tonight on Teen Dog Shades Night on Rockin Robbie Live. You can follow me on Twitter and or X over at the Rockin Robbie. You should join the PCP Army. That's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. We're also on Facebook. We're most active on the PCP Army. We're also on Instagram. We're kind of active there a little bit as well. Join the Patreon page if you want to help financially support the channel over at patreon.com/PCP, like these fine PCP patrons listed right there. Or with a super chat tonight, which will trigger a Joker video, and you never know what's going to happen during Teen Dog Shades night if a super chat pops up. But all the support we need is you being here, liking, sharing, subscribing, participating in the conversation. So once you get in the room, throw up that station, let us know you're here. What do you want to chat about? So no PCP movie night tomorrow night because we're on a break for the next 3 Mondays, but there is going to be a PCP movie night, one more for the year, right? So this may be the last Rockin Robbie Live, but it's definitely not our last live stream. In fact, you can catch me over at One Collection Down. Someone please drop out a link in the description. You can join me at One Collection Down this Wednesday for the PCP Army Bad Batch Holiday Special. Fables invited. The entire crew. to hang out, chat, and chill. And I will be there with bells on. Now that I say that, I better actually find some bells to put on. But catch me Wednesday night there. Let's see. What else is coming up? We got Saturday night. Saturday night. We have our 6th annual. I don't know. It's anybody help me out? Is it the 5th or 6th annual? I have no idea. But we are having our annual Festivus live stream. Me and the Excitable PCP crew, we're going to be erecting the Festivus pole. We're going to be sharing and airing our grievances for the year. And we'll also be showing off feats of strength. So that's what we like to do on Festivus, which is December 23rd. So this Saturday, 8 p.m. Central Time, do join us for our annual Festivus live stream. It's always so much fun and completely and utterly unpredictable. Also, PCP Movie Night. We got one more for the year. It's going to be on a special Friday night. So it's a special Friday night presentation on January. On December 29th, where we're going to be wrapping up Holiday Horror Fest with New Year's Evil. We got a great lineup for that. It's going to be dope. And do check out Dylan's Horror Show this upcoming Saturday night. Actually, check out the Festivus stream and then watch his stream afterwards. Sorry to be like that, but you definitely want to catch Festivus live. But they'll be talking about Silent Night, like the early 2000s remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night or something. I've never seen it, so I can't really speak much on it. But New Year's Evil, that's going to be December 29th at 8 p.m. Central Time. Dylan's Horror Show this upcoming Saturday with Silent Night. And check out last night's show on Dylan's Horror Show. We were an hour late, but we had a great conversation, me, him, and Scarpad, about Christmas, bloody Christmas. And of course, don't forget, I'm going to be on Fable's channel, One Collection Down, this upcoming Wednesday night. So be sure to check that out. Festivus on Saturday night. It's the holiday season, y'all. Let's all get together, have a cup of cheer, and toast to a new year. Hey, I liked how that rhymed. That was unintentional. We now pause officially for station identification. Get your stations out, y'all. All right, I just saw Two Gun Pedro's comment down there real quick, so I just want to say, I will not be commenting anymore on eating ass. I think I did enough of that last night on Dylan's Horror Show. And by the way, I just want you to know that Scarpad all day long has been sending me and Dylan eating ass memes. Ass eating memes. That's what's been going on all day in our back chats. So pretty fun times. All right, let's take a look at the chat and see who's up here. You know what? Before we do that, it's time to officially kick off the show with your very own First Five. All right. We've been going through the VHS collection. I have some VHSs that are alphabetically organized on a shelf in my living room. I got more in here piled up over there. We've been going through the organized ones first, so we're in the L's with A League of Their Own. This is a movie we've not covered for PCP Movie Night yet. It's not on the schedule for 2024, but we definitely got to get this one in, right? That's a really good movie. One of my favorite baseball films. Here's one still wrapped up. It's Lethal Weapon 4. This was gifted by Jasmine from Geeks Unleashed. Just had a really nice chat with Jasmine and Mark from Geeks Unleashed. We have an annual holiday tradition, the three of us, and that is to go book by book through Scott Pilgrim. We started it like when I first met them. I think it was the first time I ever met them. They reached out, wanted me to come onto the show, talked about Scott Pilgrim Book 1. It was at the end of the year. It was December. We did it again the following year. Last year we did book 3. This year we did book 4. That will be out at some point this week, I'm assuming. Not 100% when, but it will be dropping. But good friend Jasmine sent me a bunch of VHSs, and I do specifically remember that this is one. If you want to know our thoughts on this movie, we did the entire Lethal Weapon franchise for Action Fest last year. All right, then Life Force. What a beautiful movie. We covered this on Dylan's Horror Show at Horror Fest last year. Not this year, but last year. Really great movie by Toby Hooper. Super excited to have that one on VHS. So that's a cool find right there. Then we got Lost Highway, David Lynch film. I remember watching this movie, completely not understanding the movie, and this is back when it first came out, but loving this soundtrack. So definitely something I might want to revisit at some point soon. And yes, y'all, that is the days of widescreen editions on VHS. I was all there for it. Here is one of my original VHSs from my VHS collection. I've told this story before. I'll tell this story again. Brooks inherited my VHS collection, and as he has been refining them, he's been giving them back to me now that I've been recollecting VHSs. So this is from my original collection, Mallrats. I wore the fuck out of this tape. Like, I wore this tape out, y'all. Anyway, that's what I got for your First Five. All right. Now we can get to the chat, see what's up. We got GT Key Comic in the house. What is up? Clayton, Station Clayton, how you doing, buddy? Having to talk to you today. I hope the match went good last night. Hope everything went well. I need to reach out. We're going to chat soon. We're going to chat soon. I love you. I miss you. Chill out, man. What is up? Oh, snap. We rocking tonight. Be right back. Got to get some party favors. You definitely got to have some party favors for a Teen Dog Shades night. You know what I'm talking about. Anissa, what is up? Pop, pop, boom, baby. And a Station. Neighborhood Merc, what is up, yo? Your mystery box shipped out this week. That is you who I was talking to, right? All right. I think it is. What's up, Rogue Collecting? How you doing, buddy? Great nomination show on Lost in Comics the past 2 nights, Rockin Robbie. Thank you so much, man. Chris from Lost in Comics puts on a great end of the year Best of Comics nomination special. I've been a part of it for the last 3 years. This year, last year, and the year before. This year, we had Nick from Comic Culture there. Chris was there. What's his name? Chris Carbom? Is it Chris Carbom? No way. Barcombe. I thought it was Carbom. I'm just going to call him Chris Carbom. Anyway, but super fun show. It went over 2 nights. It went 2 nights this year. Great, fantastic stuff. Check out Lost in Comics. Someone please throw out a link to day 1 of that stream. Check it out if you haven't already. We're talking about some of our favorite comic book related lists of the year. So like favorite artists, favorite writers, favorite letterers, favorite miniseries, favorite colorists, favorite horror comic, underrated comics, stuff like that. Really great show. Always fun hanging out with that crew. So thank you, Rogue. Two Gun Pedro, Station, multi-award-winning PCP Army, pop, pop, boom, pew, pew. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? This should never be more than 1 dot. I don't understand what that means, name changes. But welcome into the chat. Taki, how you doing? Taki just signed up for his very first PCP movie night appearance, which will be happening at some point in 2024. In fact, the movie that he signed up for is listed tonight on the PCP Movie Night 2024 reveal. What's up, Average Comics Joe? How you doing? Jay, how's it going? I know you showed it before, but man, this is a dope intro. Yeah, it's been our Teen Dog Shades intro for a while now. You just don't see it as often because I don't do Teen Dog Shades nights as often. But it's definitely something we got to get back into, 100%. And tonight we're doing it. We're doing it tonight. What do y'all want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? Rogue Collecting says, everyone get their shades ready. That's Bob Fisher. How you doing, Bob? Good thing the audio's all good. It was telling me there was no device connected. Eric, Station, only 1 minute in and they're trying to shut down the truth that is Teen Dog Shades. You know it, bruh. By the way, let's commiserate our misery together. Bears just can't catch a break. I am very fortunate that I had the podcast I was recording with Geeks Unleashed during the Cowboys-Bills game. So I watched the beginning of that game, and I'm like, this is not looking good. I did the podcast, came out. It was like the last 2 minutes. I was like, nope, that wasn't good. Let's hope the Seahawks beat the shit out of the Eagles tomorrow night. That's what I could hope for. This intro is as long as Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. Just kidding. Dope intro. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Taki says, you guys are in for a treat tonight. I am out running. My connection is spotty. Hope to be back before the end of the show. Station. What's up, Introspect M? How you doing? Get ready to get weird. You know that in the name changes. Hey, there's Robbie from Earth 2 Station, Robbie. It was nice seeing you yesterday. Haven't seen you in a minute. Congrats to your Bills, I will say. Congrats to your Bills. Y'all are so on fire since y'all beat the Chiefs. They could barely beat the Patriots today. Y'all are looking good. But Bateman says, Station, my friend, it just takes a Bills win to get me in the mood, brother. I thought it would have been a much closer game than it was. Cowboys just seemed to be off. Yeah, they definitely felt off, and they were in Buffalo. And what did I tell you? I was like, man, if it's in Buffalo, it's y'all. If it's in Dallas, it's us. And I couldn't remember where it was going to be. When I woke up this morning and looked, I was like, damn, I don't think we're going to win this one. But congrats on your victory, my friend. No one wants to talk about drugs. Oh, we will. Speaking of, this thing keeps getting clogged, man. Who would be the funniest Smurf after having shrooms? Neighborhood Merc, I think the funniest Smurf to me would probably be Papa Smurf, because I would be like cracking up at his color. Like the red, probably. I'd probably be cracking up at the color. I'd be like, he's so different. He stands out. He's got his beard. Maybe. Him or Vanity. Vanity would probably be pretty funny after some shrooms. Probably just a little bit. Where'd you learn that? Drug school? What are your goals for 2024, Robbie? You've accomplished so much. Where do you want to go from here? That's a real question. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? In 2024, what I'd like to do is cultivate more of what I've cultivated in 2023, which is becoming more comfortable with myself even, experiencing life more than just sitting at a computer screen, streaming, but getting back to doing more work here at PCP. I took a little bit of a step down in production in 2023 to kind of refocus on some things in my life and to invite some things into my life. And I will say that a year later after this, it has worked splendidly well. I am very happy in my life. Very, very happy. I am surrounded by people that I adore, love, and cherish, and I feel that energy from them. I have partners that are absolutely amazing in my life and lift me up and help me, and it's been such a treat, you know, and it's been great reconnecting with some people this year. It's been great meeting people out on the road, doing shows, going to MegaCon, going to Heroes Con, the Huntsville Comic Pop Culture Expo, Scarefest, the Memphis Comic Expo. Plan on doing more of that. So like more of the same, but maybe just a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more time spent with my loved ones. Maybe a little bit more time spent with the excitable PCP crew, right? Maybe a little bit more time spent with my family who I've reconnected with this year. And, you know, I wasn't even at Thanksgiving or Christmas for the last 2 years, and that's definitely something that's changed my life as well. So I got amazing family. I got amazing friends. I got amazing partners. I got amazing audience. I got amazing followers. But I don't call y'all an audience or followers. Y'all are family. We're all part of the Army. We're all together. And winning the awards this year was great. I want to win them again next year. We ain't stopping PCP Army. And, you know, I've heard a rumor that they want to introduce a new category next year for the CBC Awards for Best Live Stream. Well, welcome to it, baby. Because this is the best live stream in this entire community is Rockin Robbie Live. And the reason why is because of you, because of this chat, because of the friendships that are bonded, forged, and formed here on PCP. This is the greatest community within the greatest community in the world, which is the comic community. But the PCP Army, we are strong. We are growing in number slowly, but we're always on that movement forward. Love it. Had our first video this year cross 300,000 views. It's the Cyborg movie review. We just had our second video. It just happened. Reach 100,000 views. That's our Cobra movie review. Get out of here. It's wild. PCP, our goal is this. Let's love each other. Let's be excellent to each other, and let's party on, and let's raise our level. Let's level up in 2024. You get what I'm saying? Because the level is no longer the floor. It's up and up and up, and we're breaking that ceiling, and we're going to grow, and we're going to be fantastic, and we're going to change this industry. We're going to root out the negativity. We're going to root out all of that and just have a very dedicated, positive place to discuss pop culture, to be insightful, and to be entertained. That's what it's all about. That's what we've been doing. That's what we're going to do more of. Aside from that, we're going to bring back the weekly pop culture wrap-up, probably be doing a little bit more creator interviews, trying to get a little bit more on track with that. As far as personal stuff, Jay, I want to drink less in 2024, so that's a goal that I have set in mind. I have a new paradigm that I'm going to be applying to my life to kind of try some things out in a spiritual way, so we'll be getting into that. I'm not going to talk about what specific paradigm it is, but I am shifting something in my typical ritualistic activities, if that makes sense to you, right? I'm going to be trying some different things, and that's part of the chaos magic is shifting paradigms every so often. So I plan on doing something pretty radical, but focusing on health, things like that, trying to get back into walking more, listening to audiobooks more, learning more, just doing more of what we're doing, but do it better and do it more. You know what I'm saying? So like just keep amping up that level. That's what we want to do in 2024. We want to level up some more. You know what I'm saying, Jay? There you go. Thank you so much, Eric, for showing up, throwing up the link to Fable's channel. Everybody check out that show Wednesday night. I will be there, and the entire PCP Army Bad Batch will be there. It's going to be so much fun. It's been a while since I did one of those with y'all. That's going to be awesome. I like to nominate, says Average Comics Joe, my single issue of the year, and that's Hellfire Gala. That issue brought everyone back to see what the hell. Yeah, then they quickly left, unfortunately. However, that one issue really did work, and it was the most impactful X-Men comic in months and months and months. So definitely one of the best single issues of the year, I would say. Unfortunately, the follow-through didn't really work for me or for some other people, but I know a lot of people are still digging, the X-Men and where they're going. Thank you, Two Gun. Hey, Nick Comic Culture, what is up? Station. Ha-ha. Jay Burns says, now to catch the replay of Dylan's Horror Show. Yep, plenty of talk about eating ass last night for some reason. In Christmas, Bloody Christmas, there is a scene where that activity happens, and me and Dylan, first of all, Dylan was like an hour late to the show, so I'm pretty lit. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm pretty fucking lit, you know? I set aside this whole Saturday night to just be alone at the apartment for Dylan's Horror Show, and I'm actually glad it was a later show because we got lit, we talked a lot about eating ass, and Scarpab was not having it. He was not. What a crazy show last night was. And then me and Dylan chatted for like an hour after the stream, just chatting. It was great. It was great. I miss my DHS crew. What is coming up in 2024 comics that is not to be missed and not from the big two? Rom V, Dan Waters are collaborating on a project. I believe it's an Image Comics project, I think. I don't remember the names of it, but Rom's doing a series and Dan's doing a series. They're both separate series, but they kind of overlap a little bit, so that's definitely something to look forward to in 2024. In fact, we're going to have Rom on the channel for another conversation in early January to talk about some of his plans for 2024 and what he's got coming out. So that's definitely something I would highlight. Also, Jason Aaron taking over in Action Comics. I've read the first issue. It's really good. It's pretty solid. So I think that's something to look forward to as well. Hey, what's up, James? You're not late, chill out, man. You're right on time. Thank you, Two Gun, for throwing up the link to the salad tossing episode of DHS. Name Changes says, Mallrats is awesome. I think Chasing Amy is my favorite, though. Chasing Amy is my favorite Kevin Smith movie. We have covered here on the channel Clerks and Mallrats for PCP Movie Night. We have not done Chasing Amy or Dogma yet, but we definitely plan on doing those. Chill Out Man says, Lost in Comics was epic this year. Well, thank you for that. That's awesome. Yeah, he does a great, he's got a great channel. Chris is a good dude. I got to meet him and David the Pouch at Heroes Con this year. Got to hang out, have drinks with them. We all hung out with Jeffrey Love Allen, or Jeffrey Allen Love. And I always get the name wrong. We hung out with him. We hung out with Alex Cormack, John Lees. I'm forgetting other people. Gavin Smith was there. I can see some faces. Liana Kangas was there. Man, we had a grand old time. Maria Wolf. I got to hang out and drink with Maria Wolf. That was super fun. Super fun. Hey, what's up, Tom? Love that Fantastic Four poster in the background. Yeah, me too. Fantastic Four is my favorite superhero book of all time, my favorite superhero team of all time, four of my favorite comic book characters of all time, and that is an image done by one of my favorite comic artists of all time, George Perez. Hey, what's up? The artist formerly known as Jesse. Say what? How you doing, bro? No, thank you for the condolences, Andy, but no problem. I still think we're going to be playoff bound, and we'll see what happens. I just hope that the Seahawks can pull it out against the Eagles tomorrow night. That's what I hope. Chat just jumped down. I've seen Beverly Hills Cop 4 trailer. I know I give old people grief for living out their old days, but new Axel Foley was Kevin Bacon. I have to see it. What? I haven't seen the trailer yet. I know it's out there, but I haven't seen it yet. What are you talking about with Kevin Bacon? The new Axel Foley? It has Kevin Bacon in it. Okay, yeah, 100%. Let's do it. Hey, what's up, Verno? Blood Splatter Chatter in the house, everybody. Station. Verno, what you got coming up this week? What are you doing on Thursday? Are you doing a show on Thursday? What are you doing? What are you doing, man? You need to send me your thumbnails so I can pop them up, man. What's wrong with you? Come on, man. Another goal of 2024 is to be more promotional, promoting oriented when it comes to the PCP Army and the Bad Batch and everybody that's got channels, things like that. Like reaching out and being like, yo, for Rockin Robbie Live, like send me your schedules, like send me your thumbnails. Let's run through it. Come on. Hey, what's up, Fable? Dude, I cannot wait to hang out with you guys on Wednesday night. That's gonna be so much fun. We're gonna have a cup of cheer, and we're going to talk about this year, and we're going to talk about how we all love each other and comic books. Believe it or not, that's off the dome. Oh, Teen Dog Shay's night. Let's go, baby. I'm at the portion of the chat where everybody's just saying, what's up? Where can you go after best hair, best beard? Well, actually, best hair, best beard is all one category. So technically, I won that one too. So best hair, facial hair, mustache, and hands, or hands. In the nominations, it's listed as beard, but it's actually hair. And to prove it, it says it on, like the award says best facial hair, whatever. It's this whole bit, but it's best hair. It's best hair. It's best hair. It's best hair. Beard's hair, too. It's the whole shebang. It's the whole thing. Anyway. Yeah, you do seem irritatingly happy, bro. Yeah, it's what happens. Focus on the things that truly make you happy. Hell yeah, bro. Dynamite, what is up? What's up, Warren? Oh, another goal in 2024 of mine, Jay, is publishing a comic, self-publishing a comic book. Like, that's a pretty big goal that's happening in 2024, and it's actually making me very nervous. Very, very nervous. Very nervous. Very nervous. Very nervous, actually. Very nervous. But yeah, very nervous. But yeah, it's what's going to happen. Bob says, anybody seen Poor Things at the movies? I think it's one of the best movies of the year. Oh, I think it is the best movie of the year. I have not seen that. No, I haven't even really heard about that one, Bob. I have to check that out. Chris, what is up? What did you think about Beneath the Trees after issue 2? It is currently my favorite, along with Saga and Ice Cream Man. 2 issues in, Chris, I am freaking loving Beneath the Trees. We actually were spotlighting Patrick Horvath's ability as a writer in just 2 issues during the Lost in Comics Best of 2023 comic nomination special. That book got nominated. I nominated him for a breakout writer. It was nominated for best underrated comic. Like, it was a really powerful book. Like, and issue 2 was even better. What I love about it is there's so many comics that are like, it's like visually cutesy and kiddie, but with a dark source material, right? Like something like Stray Dogs or something, which Stray Dogs is great. And there's other books that don't do it as great as Stray Dogs did. But this has like, even if it wasn't just cutesy animals, this story would definitely work because that dialogue is so real and so authentic, which is kind of the same word, just longer and more erudite sounding, I guess. I don't know. But I really like the dialogue. I really like the pace. I like the flow of it. It's really snappy. It's got this nice rhythm to it that I absolutely love. Or Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, 2 issues in, it's one of the best of the year for sure. And I'm excited to see how it follows through, I should say. Verno this week on Blood Splatter Chatter is talking about Coherence from 2013. Dope little deep cut sci-fi thriller. All right, there you go. Is Cates back yet? I've been seeing his name popping up on social media lately. Cates wants to be back. There's still some issues there. I don't know when we'll see Cates again right now, but somebody's going to pick up on Cates. Somebody's going to have Cates do something. Cates had a lot of stuff developing in his life, so I don't know. I don't know what y'all have heard. We all hear things, but I'm sure Cates will be back at some point. Where? I don't know. Figure Drawing says, Cates was out for months because, according to him, he was in an Uber and it crashed, and his laptop bashed him in the face. And apparently he's dealing with some memory loss or something like that, too. Yeah. Jay says, Kickstarter route, or how is that comic coming to me? I mean, to all of us. If you're crowdfunding it, we're there. It will be a crowdfunded book for sure. And right now, Kevin is at work hard on it, and I can just come up, me and him get to talk ideas. We get to break down stories, and then he has to go do all the work, break it down visually. He brings it to me. Oh yeah, this is working. I see the layouts, and then he's tightening them up, and I see that, but he's doing all the heavy lifting, and he is a professional artist, so he's actually not making any money while he's doing this. In fact, he's losing money because he's not doing his actual professional work, and so I feel bad. So when we hit this, I hope that we can fund it successfully. I've never tried to do anything like that. I'm very, very nervous. Very, very nervous. But my buddy Mark Spears is kickstarting something right now. There's a link in the description below. Mark Spears Monsters comic. He's got 8 issues already. That's a good homie of mine, so everybody needs to check that out. We'll be playing a promo for that during the break. Hey, what's up, Stu? Station, everyone. How are all my favorite people this evening? Bob says, you looked at Animal Pound? I love Animal Farm. I want that book to have some excellent art. The art's going to be good. It's Peter Gross. The art's fine. I took a look at the ash can. I liked it enough. The essay by Tom King kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It just kind of felt pretentious, but I don't know. Like, the book comes out this week. I haven't read it yet, but I will read it, and I will let you know my honest thoughts on it. Hey, Spillio's in the house. What's up, dog? Station to all of us beautiful people here tonight. Bro, we are so close to seeing each other again at MegaCon. I'm so stressed. I don't know how we're going to make it happen, but it's going to happen, baby. The hotels booked. It's going to happen one way or another. I'm telling you what. I'm really looking forward to it. MegaCon is so early this year. The thing that makes me most nervous about MegaCon is that I promised Bueller that we'd go on the slingshot this year to get out of it last year, and oh man, I'm starting to. I guess that's a goal in 2024, Jay, is doing slingshot with Bueller. Not dying. Oh, I'm so nervous to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I really don't. I want to be like, can I just give you $100? Like, I just don't want to do it. I'm so scared of that thing. I would have easily done it 10, 15 years ago. Now, though, I'm like, will it hurt my back? Will it fuck up my shoulder or neck? That's what I'm worried about. If we can get a video, though, of me and Bueller, like, on there, like, if, you know, because they film Slingshot sometimes, if we can get one of those, that one will go viral. For us, at least. If Cates went to DC, what would be a good fit for him? Lobo. Lobo would be a fine fit for Donny Cates, I think. Definitely not Superman, not Justice League. Not... Honestly, I don't know if I'd want Donny Cates. I'd want him on a very secondary character, something like Lobo. I think Lobo would be a great place for him to start at DC. Jay says, as soon as that hits, we'll push the hell out of it and back it. Best of luck to you and excited to see what you and the team came up with. Well, thank you so much. Y'all start seeing some stuff at some point soonish. There are plans to release an ash can early next year, possibly in time for MegaCon, which is vastly quickly approaching. It's like a month and a half away. Eric says, I heard that Animal Pound is going to be the Dark Knight Returns of novel adaptations. Oh, yeah. I also heard it will be talked about for years to come. I get dizzy swinging now, so I feel that. That's hilarious. All right, we're about to take a quick break. When we come back, Teen Dog Shays Night's going to continue, but we are going to have the DC sneak peek. And then let's get into some juicy conversation, y'all. What do you want to talk about? Get it in the chat right now. Now seeking community support via Kickstarter. A frightening new comic book series by Spawn, DC Comics, and Power Rangers artist Mark Spears. Wrapping up a stellar year, Mark plans to make history yet again with his completed artwork on 8 issues of his creator-owned comic book series, Monster. Is on Kickstarter now and will go through Christmas Eve. Early backers can secure their own homage covers, signed comics, and many other options for rewards. So check out Mark Spears' Monsters, 8 issues of artwork already completed. Check it out on Kickstarter at the link below. Recording.
We're recording.
Hey, gang. Welcome to... Hey everybody, welcome back to Rockin Robbie Live here on Pop Culture Philosophers for a very special Teen Dog Shades night. For the last Rockin Robbie Live of 2023, we've been talking about our goals of the year coming. We've been looking back on the successes and the trials and tribulations of the year that was, and we've been chatting and just bullshitting, talking about eating ass and all that stuff. No, I'm just kidding. We did that last night on Dylan's Horror Show. Anyway, we've had a great grand old time. It is a Teen Dog Shades night. So, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about something metaphysical? You want to talk about aliens? You want to talk about Bigfoot? You want to talk about here's a question I want to throw out. Here's a question of the day. Let's do that. A question of the day. And this is actually something that I ask everybody that I interview for a job at my comic shop. All right? And I want to get a consensus poll. Because I have an answer that I think is the right answer. But I get a lot of different answers. What is more scary to you? An invisible Loch Ness monster or a vampire Bigfoot? You let me know. What do you think? You can follow me on Twitter /X over at the Rockin Robbie. You can follow Pop Culture Philosophers on Facebook and on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, join the PCP Army. That's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group and where we are most active. And then, of course, if you want to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/PCP, like these fine PCP patrons right there, and unlock a downloadable audio version file of the weekly comic book review before it drops on YouTube. So that's a benefit. You can get that for as little as $1 a month, everybody. Support us over at patreon.com/PCP, or you can drop a super chat tonight. All super chats we get tonight will go towards the MegaCon funds. It's the last Rockin Robbie Live to do so. Festivus, we're also going to hopefully be trying to get some contributions to the MegaCon Human Fund. Anyway, super chats are welcome, all that stuff, but all the support we really need is you being here, participating in the conversation, liking, sharing, subscribing, letting everybody know that this is the absolute best place to be on Sunday nights in the comic book, movie, pop culture, YouTube sphere. Catch me this Wednesday night over at One Collection Down for the PCP Army Bad Batch One Collection Down Blame Fable Christmas Holiday Special. It's going to be so much fun. Then check us out for our annual Festivus stream on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. Around that same time, Dylan's going to be going live talking about Silent Night as part of Holiday Horror Fest, and on a special night and time, Friday night, December 29th, we're going to be talking about New Year's Evil to wrap up Holiday Horror Fest on PCP Movie Night. All right, let's take a look at the chat. What y'all want to talk about? When I got these shades on, it's pretty much no holds barred. Spilio says, I would do the slingshot for you, but I am a huge chicken. Yeah, I know you are, my friend. Still love you, bro. Introspect says, Animal Farm doesn't really need any modernization. It's as relevant and relatable as it ever was, as is. I would tend to agree with that. Hey, Brother Joe's in the house. Brother Joe, how you doing, bro, Joe? We're going to get to hang out Wednesday night. Very excited. Bobby in the house, too. Going to get to hang out. I'm so excited. All right, we got the answers coming in. Vampire Bigfoot, Vampire Bigfoot, Vampire Bigfoot. Bobby just says, I ain't scared. I ain't scared of no Vampire Bigfoot or Invisible Loch Ness Monster. Hello Taco says, Loch Ness Monster is stuck in water, so it isn't a threat. Unless you are a fisherman or some boat-type guy that needs to be in that body of water, the correct answer is Bigfoot. Spelio says, Vampire Bigfoot. By the way, that was my nickname in high school. I have people, even people I cherish deeply in my life, whose answer is the Invisible Loch Ness Monster. And I understand, I guess, but to me, it's like, no, the Loch Ness Monster's never been seen doing anything violent. And it's just in Loch Ness. I'm not going to be at Loch Ness. But a Vampire Bigfoot, I feel like, could just pop up anywhere when I'm camping, out in the woods or some shit like that. You're taking a whiz. All of a sudden a vampire Bigfoot pops out and it's got your ass. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Chris says, also wanted to shout out the Dark Spaces book. Wildfire was the best, but I have enjoyed them all. Yeah, Wildfire was amazing. Dungeon is really good right now, too. Thank you, Fable, for sharing the Christmas special. Oh, I was waiting for that one. What is my favorite chakra? See, so I don't know the names of the chakras, like those official names or whatever. The way I view it is they're associated to me with like God names and stuff. My favorite chakra. Throat. Let's do that. It's like what I use, right? But the heart, solar plexus one, and I don't know if this my chakra system is different than some others. Like it's based on the middle pillar and whatnot. So I have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're associated with Sephira from the Tree of Life, the Kabbalah. So it's like Kether, right? This is Dath. Actually, the not real one, but it's kind of it's Dath, Taparith, Yesod, and Malkuth. And so out of those, wow, I just said Dath. No, that's not true. I don't know then. That's weird. I've never thought about that. I just went with the throat because, like, the forces I like to deal with are, like, the forces of, like, wit and communication and trickery and reading and writing and stuff like that. So, yeah, but I don't know. I got to think about that. That's an interesting question. What's yours, Papa? What's yours? What's yours? I've never been stumped on a Rockin Robbie Live. What's yours? I have to think about that. I have to really think about that. Huh. I don't know. Before we get to the big one, here's some little ones. Makes sense with the throat chakra since you're great at communicating, my dude. Oh, well, thank you, Papa. Yeah, that does make sense, actually. So, and to me, that's like when you vibrate it, you know? Whatever. What's your favorite Looney Tunes character? Easy, Frankenfrog, Daffy fucking Duck. I love Daffy Duck. Daffy Duck is my dude. I love Daffy Duck. I've loved Daffy Duck since I was a kid. Introspect says, yeah, Dark Spaces Dungeons is pretty good. Hope it sticks the landing. Me too. Shakri Khan. Oh, the sacral chakra, the pleasure center. Okay, Yesod for me. Okay, hell yeah. All right. It's a Teen Dog Chase night. James says, honest opinion on the Comic Book Palace and comic book creators' reaction. We all know what we're talking about, right? If you don't know what we're talking about, how do I sum this up? Comic Book Palace is a comic shop. They have a YouTube channel. They kind of have it's kind of like a little reality show. You know, they like cut clips of, you know, hanging out at the comic shop. They put it out. I've watched that show before. I don't regularly watch it, but I've watched it before and I've always enjoyed it. And it reminds me of the comic shop that I ran in the early 2000s. And I like that. And I kind of miss it. Like, 'cause my shop, at this point in my career, I am mostly in the office. And I'm mostly doing, like shit on the computer. And, like, doing orders and, like, updating files. And it's a lot. And I'm not on the floor as much to, like, try to talk customers. There's a disconnect now. And I need to... You know, I intentionally try to do that more on Wednesdays. I need to be better at that. Getting out there, hand selling those books. But, what was I saying? Oh, but, like, I almost miss, like, the days of, like, a smaller operation where, like, there was, like, I don't know, like, more, like, just bullshitting, like, just talking about, I mean, work being done, but, you know, like, just those kind of conversations. So I've seen them before. And so then on one of their videos, the guy who runs it, Glenn, I think is his name, Glenn O'Leary or something. And he came out and he was basically saying like, mainstream comics suck. Tell us a good story. Don't put yourself in the book. Nobody gives a shit who you are. So instead of writing what you would do as Captain America or Iron Man or whatever, like just write the fucking character basically, and blah 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 blah. And it went nuts. It went nutso. Like it just, and when I saw the stuff pop up, I looked at it and I was like, I don't see what's so terrible about that. This is the same shit. I mean, I would probably say something like that. Like I think DC's in a pretty decent spot right now, honestly, but like Marvel, I don't think is in a good spot editorially right now. And I'm seeing sales slipping on a lot of stuff at my shop, right? I'm a retailer as well. But then a lot of people, like, I don't know, I guess they try to wrap it up in the culture war stuff with the Comics Gate and the woke SJWs and all that bullshit. And like, I think that tried to get wrapped up in that, and on the X Twitter sphere, it just fucking blew up or whatever. And then Mark Miller got involved. And then everybody's now attacking Mark Miller because he's just like, and a lot of some of the stuff people were saying was like making fun of the dude because he's like, he's like a typical comic book owner, like the stereotype in your head. He kind of fills a lot of those checks. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like coming at him. Like I've seen people that I met that I respect in this industry, like make fun of him and call him like salami breath and shit like that. I'm like, bro, who are you? What are you talking about, man? Like, let's tell you what, bro. Like, come on, man. Like in the wrong lighting, we can all look like a salami breath, even you. So calm down. Anyway, I didn't like that. And then there was the retailer conversation that Mark Miller had with Phil, I can't remember their last names, but the dude from Coliseum of Comics who has written some articles that's very critical of the mainstream comic book industry, the big two, and what their practices are and declining sales. And Mark Miller was expressing concern about declining sales. Now, there's another bit to that, but hold on. And then the guy from, Graham Cracker Comics, and then I can't remember who the other guy was. So what I did the other day, I saw all these people piling up on this retailer and all these people piling up on Mark Miller. And Mark Miller was like blocking people and shit like that. And it was this whole like thing started happening. And it was like people were saying Mark Miller's part of Comicsgate or some shit now and all that kind of bullshit. I'm like, what's going on here? So I watched the retailer conversation that Mark Miller had with those three retailers. Okay, first of all, I'm a reader, lifetime reader of comics, lover of comics. I love this medium. I love mainstream comics. I know a lot of people, maybe newer to the channel, think I just shit on Marvel just because I don't think Marvel's been doing super good work collectively as a whole, as a publisher for a couple of years now. I think DC's on a good path, honestly, right now. That being said, so I'm a reader, I'm a collector, I'm a reviewer, commentator, influencer, whatever you want to say. But I'm also a retailer, okay? Like I manage a comic shop. So knowing the numbers of sales and the trends and where we were now versus where we were then, like I that's what I do. That's my job now, right? So I would say that I kind of agree with almost everything that they discussed on that stream 100%. 100%. 100%. So the guy from Comic Palace, and then I watched he had a stream with Mark Miller, and I watched that. And I thought that was okay. That was a little bit more on the nose. What Mark Miller wants to plan a big return to Superman at the time that Superman Legacy is dropping. This is what I'm picking up. I don't know this. I haven't heard this from anybody. This is just like what I'm picking up. Mark Miller is planning a big return to DC. He wants to do Superman. He wants to do it probably when that movie's dropping. Launch a new big number one. he knows how this industry works. We know how this industry works. And if Superman Legacy pops, and if Mark Miller is announced to write a Superman book, a lot of people are going to be in on that Superman book. Just saying. So I think right now, Mark Miller is hot-shotting and showboating and trying to get retailers and fans on his side. Why does Mark want to do this? I don't know. Mark doesn't need comics to survive. He's made millions of dollars, right? Like, he's made a lot of money. Mark Miller's fine. So I just feel like he wants to do, because back in the day, there was a Mark Miller, Grant Morrison, Mark Waid, Tom Payer pitch to take over the 4 core Superman books and do a run together. And it got shot down. Mark Miller, I think, has always had that itch to do Superman. Some of the best Superman comics of the 90s and early 2000s are Mark Miller written issues of Superman adventures. So then all this stuff comes out. People start attacking Mark Miller personally and start like showing things from his previous work of when he's being ultra edgy and saying that that's like reflective of his personality, but they're leaving out the heroic bits. They're leaving out the bits where like he like was more out about Apollo and Midnighter being lovers and even had them be married in the Authority. So like, I don't know. It's like all that shit. I don't care about any of that. I don't give a shit about any of that. What I am discussing and commenting on is the concerns of the retailers about the comic book industry. And there's this really, really weird thing that goes on where if you question that comics are doing better or doing solid, if you question that, it seems like a lot of people want to try to shut you down for that. Like, they not shut you down, but like shut down the notion that comic, and I get it. Nobody wants to admit that the industry's like not in a good spot, and it's not. Like, everybody shares these same numbers, right? That graph that we've all seen that just bumps up in like 2021 and 22, right? And it's huge, right? Man, that includes scholastic books like Dogman. That includes manga. And manga's huge. And also the post-COVID bubble that's like happened right there, right? So that's all involved in that, right? Those numbers are inflated. DC numbers are down, but more so Marvel numbers are down. Marvel numbers are down. It's true. All those retailers were talking about it. I can, yes, absolutely. They're trending downwards. I mean, you still have big hits like Batman and Spider-Man, but nothing is generating a level of excitement to bring outsiders in at Marvel or DC. However, I don't think it's all doom and gloom, because I do think that is happening right now at Image Skybound with the Energon universe. What I am seeing from my chats here, from the community, from my sales, from my customers, Transformers is bringing a lot of people back into comics right now. It's not like a huge wave, maybe like Hoxpox was, but it is bringing people back into the shop to check out this book. And it just so happens to be a really good lesson, I think, to the big two. And I think DC's more on the right path than Marvel is right now. But let's dissect why Transformers is having this effect. And it's translating into the G.I. Joe book. And trust me, when you read Duke number 1, you're going to fucking love that book. It's exciting. These are familiar characters that are very well known to people in their 40s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, right? We know these characters. We grew up with these characters. And they're being told, we are being told a familiar story, but instantaneously knowing that it's going to be different, but very much the same. And you got Daniel Warren Johnson giving it his all on the page and giving it his all with the story. And what Josh Williamson and Tom Riley do in Duke #1 is phenomenal as well. Josh Williamson and Tom Riley made Duke cool. I have never thought Duke was cool. Trust me. And there is, as Bleeding Cool reported, a connection between Cobra Commander and Transformers #4. I know what it is, but I can't tell you. But it's freaking awesome. It's awesome, y'all. It's generating excitement. And it's doing it by having really great creators give their all to these books, take familiar ideas, stories, and characters, and do something a little bit different, a little bit more ballsy with it, and actually having a plan. A very coherent plan for their next 3 to 5 to 10 years, however long this license has. Marvel could take a look at that. Now, Mark Millar's idea is bring him back and bring a bunch of old school creators back. Okay, let's say Ed Brubaker gets announced to be the new Batman writer again. That would drum up some interest. Let's say Brian K. Vaughan comes back to write X-Men. Man, that would generate some interest. Those kind of things, right? But at the same time, the answer always the way forward is never the way back, right? Moving backwards is never the way forwards. So I think what we need to do is do exactly what Robert Kirkman is doing right now. Who's one of the hottest and best talents in the industry right now? Oh, Daniel Warren Johnson. How about you do Transformers? And it's Image. It's Skybound. There's money there. It's licensed. And I don't know all the deals or nothing, but I bet he's got some back end on that book. And that's something that Mark Millar and those retailers were talking about. Mark Millar in particular. If we had, and I've said this on this channel many times, if we paid creators more, we would get higher quality work. Do I think that the quality of mainstream comics is down overall? I think it's not necessarily any different than it typically is. I've been reading these things for over 35 years, and there's always a bunch of books that are kind of shit. There's always a bunch of books that are mediocre, and there's always a few that are really good. Nothing has changed there. But the level of excitement at Marvel and DC, it's not there. Now, I like DC. I think they're doing a good job because it feels like they have a plan. It's more short-term, I think, than what the Energon Universe plan is, but they have a plan. Marvel feels like their plans only go out 4 to 5 months sometimes. Doesn't feel like there's a strategy behind their publishing schedule. There are too many books out there. They are too expensive. Overall, 100%. We don't need $5.99 books, $9.99 books. $4.99 is like pushing it, man. I think $3.99 is good. There's a lot of points that those read. Here's the thing, too, and I'm rambling, but here's the thing, too. Some of the most important people in this industry are comic book retailers. And some of the most disrespected and unrecognized voices in this industry are comic book retailers. I'm not lying. It's crazy. And it ain't because of the diversity or this or that or whatever, but we do need to generate a level of excitement. Going backwards, though, bringing in Hickman, that worked for Hoxpox, but then you didn't have the follow through. So then you lost. So you actually shot yourself in the foot with that, Marvel. You know what I'm saying? But we need a more coherent strategy from them. DC feels like they have one too. And they're also investing right now in younger creators, right? Like people that are newer on the scene but are really good, like Rom V. They're allowing him to do an extended run on Detective Comics that was talked so much about on Lost in Comics in the Best of 2023 nomination special. So DC's doing more of it. Marvel's doing less of it. They're trying. They're making some moves. But overall, I just feel like Marvel is a little bit more down as far as a publisher goes. DC's a little bit more in the up. However, nothing at these titles is generating a level of excitement to bring people back into comics. Like X-Men #1 by Jim Lee and Chris Claremont. Like Hoxpox, House of X #1 by Jonathan Hickman. Like Transformers #1. Those are the books we need. And yeah, having Mark Millar be announced as the Superman writer, that would have a pop for a moment. That could be cool. That could be interesting. But let's invest in the talent that's coming up right now. The Rom V's, the Dan Waters, the Alex Packnadels. Let's focus in on those. Let's build it up. I think DC's doing it pretty decent. Marvel, on the other hand, I just think they need to get a little bit of their shit together. That's just me personally. Did I address everything there? Did I address everything? I guess I'll look at the chat and see what y'all are saying. Because I just went on a ramble. Oh, yes, clear this Comic Palace thing up for me. I'm lost in what's happening. Basically, a lot of people thought that what he said was stop doing diverse characters or something like that. But he was basically saying, make comics exciting again. And when we talk about comics, and he very specifically on his Mark Miller interview said, I'm not talking about all comics. I'm talking about Marvel and DC right now. You worked in a comic shop during the recession. I've been working at the comic shop since 2010 solidly, but I worked in the comic shop back in 2000 to 2003 as well. Dynamite says, I respect him for speaking his mind. 62 Lefty Blue says, honesty comes in many faces. Hey, what's up, William? Figure Drawing says, yeah, the Mark Miller shenanigans. Figure Drawing says, Mark Miller is exceptionally out of touch. He's with Hollywood now. He talks smack about the comic business versus Hollywood. Bad look. Figure Drawing says, Mark Miller is super successful. Good for him. But the way he besmirches the comic business, nah. Miller is better doing a Superman limited series, says William. 62 has very wise advice. Never feel sorry for anyone that has more money than yourself. Figure Drawing says, I, for one, feel lucky that comic shops still exist. Print media is a dinosaur. Also, the big two, elite artists. I've never seen that changing. William says, comics is not selling well when you see manga outselling them. Yeah, but also manga sales are down too this year. But it's also just the implosion of the COVID bubble. Transformers and Conan. Conan's bringing some people back too. More hype behind Transformers though. Hey, what's up, Lost in Comics? How you doing, buddy? Introspect M says, by the way, Friday I caught DWJ's live stream and asked him how many Transformers issues he was doing. He said he's writing 12, but only drawing on 6. That explains what I thought I heard. Oh, man, that sucks. Last I had heard, he was actually doing all 12. Man, that sucks. He's going to bring in somebody good, though. Bruh, if comics were suddenly like manga, tiny, lame paper, no color, they would die overnight. Comics and manga should not be compared. The differences. Well, the thing is, when they tout these numbers that are falsified, it's because they include manga and they include scholastic books, right? It's so weird. Why is that like a bad thing to say? You know, like I've heard people say that like nobody ever wants to discuss actual numbers because they're kind of embarrassed by them, right? And when you're not embarrassed by them, you talk about them like Transformers. I don't think that American comics are American comics. European comics are European comics. Japanese comics are Japanese comics, right? So like, but I think there are things that American comics can learn from manga about dynamic storytelling, about the use of words, about price, about accessible entry point. Chris says, I agree with you about DC and Marvel. I almost exclusively buy Image, Boom, IDW. I've also loved the Titan Conan run. Figure Drawing says, I hate it when people say manga are killing comics. It's like grow up, gain a perspective. Manga's not killing comics, but they do outsell them. I still consider them comics, though. Manga, comics, European comics, American comics, it's all like the three houses under one roof to me. The houses that Mobius, Kirby, and Otomo built. Eric says, Hoxpox played a huge role in bringing readers back in, but I also think the bad faith ending to Hickman's tenure also played a part in Marvel's downturn. I agree. One collection down says, was there a bidding war for Transformers, or did Kirkman easily get the rights? There was a bidding war. Dark Horse really went after it as well, apparently. It's what I've heard. How do you trust the company that doesn't trust the top-tier creators? Once again, Marvel had Rom V. Didn't know what to do with them. But there's some good books out of Marvel lately. Like, one of my favorite books this year has been Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise. So, Punisher was fantastic. Blade's been good. They have solid books. I'm not saying all their books are shit. That's not what I'm saying about Marvel. I'm saying as a publisher, it doesn't feel like there's a very cohesive plan at all. '62 says, I got my email that my axe wielder John shipped from Zoop. How long has that been? Over a year? I forgot. Yeah, this is a little bit under a year, but yeah, it took a while for that to come out, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Taylor says, Marvel has been hot garbage for a while, and the books that were their flagship books... ... I guess we'll get back to that later. Lost in Comics says $3.99 is the perfect spot. That should be the norm. I agree. Sledhead says, hated that Gods was $9.99. Yes. Doesn't make a lot of people want to try it. Name Changes says $3.99 is a fair price. Chill Out Man says, what the comic book industry needs is to come together right now over me. I would think or hope that Marvel at least tried to get Transformers given their relationship with Hasbro alone. I'm glad they didn't get it, though. Taylor says X-Men, etc. are too convoluted and mediocre for anyone to care. No one says, I ordered Axe Wielder in April and got it in October, November. Name Changes says, I don't buy books that cost $9 to $10. Figure Drawing says, also, this should not be understated. People still buy comics in spite of said comics from mainstream publishers anyway, being online for free, akin to movies, etc. Yes, 100%. Where are we at? The chat dropped down on me. Okay, here we are. James says, thanks for the honest opinion, Robbie. I know it's a difficult situation for all involved. Eric says, the big two need to implement mentorship programs to bring up creators in natural ways as opposed to pushing the inexpensive hot hand. I agree. One of the things brought up in the Mark Miller retailer panel was, I think it was Phil, somebody, maybe it was Mark that said it, but they said, like, or Phil did, maybe somebody did, like, these ideas, he was basically like, and I said this on my little short, we did a rant on a Rockin Robbie Live, and I said something very akin to this, that Marvel and DC need to stop thinking of themselves as comic publishers. They're like an R&D department for these intellectual properties that make billions of dollars. They generate all this revenue. You need to pay some of that up front to the creators. And Mark's ideas have a very aggressive royalty system, starting at like selling 60,000 copies or something, which would, I mean, and that's, they had a really good royalty program at Marvel in the 80s, y'all. In the 80s and early 90s. And that's why we got really stellar work from people like Chris Claremont, John Byrne, Walt Simonson, Frank Miller. I mean, the heavy hitters, right? And then that gave way to the new generation. Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane, Mark Silvestri, Jim Lee. These people became millionaires making comics in those days. I mean, come on. Like, I think that's a no-brainer. give people a stake in what they're creating for the big two, and the big two is going to wind up with more content to be exploited for movies. I mean, I don't fault them for that. You know, DC and Marvel are like, you know, the guardians of these intellectual properties, right? And the people that come in, they're like, I mean, like I said, it's like, don't view them as comic book publishers, view them as R&D. Pay your creators, make some dope stories, give them a stake in it, give them some stuff on the background, have an aggressive trade paperback program, keep them in print, advertise your shit, attach it to the movies, stuff like that, right? Let people get rich making comics again. You'll have a healthier comic book industry. And I don't just mean the fat cats at the top. I mean the actual creators. Lost in Comics says, spot on, Robbie. This topic cannot be overstated. Hey, Fire Guy Ryan's in the house. Station, everybody. Hey, Crashdown FOC is tomorrow, everybody. Make sure you pre-order your copy. Dynamite says, I think Dynamite is coming out with Thundercats soon. Looking forward to this. Yes, me too. Written by Declan Shalvey. He's a pretty solid writer, so I'm excited to see what he does with that property. Fire Guy Ryan says, I came in right at the end of a rant. Chucky says, in CC number 1, will we find out how it ties in with Transformers? Yes, Chucky. In Cobra Commander number 1, you totally find out. 100%. A better version of Stormbreakers is needed at Marvel. Exactly. Make comics great again. Not necessarily that, but let's generate some more excitement in this industry. I still think comics are great. Comics are my favorite medium for a reason, figure drawing. I think there are some of the best comics of all time being published today. I just want more people in the industry. I want to grow it. Bueller, what is up? Hi, Robbie. I'm doing a claim sale on my channel tonight. When you're done with the show, stop by, my friend. Have a good show, buddy. Well, you have a good show too, Bueller. Love you. Can't wait to see you at MegaCon. Oh, UG, did you miss the rant portion of the evening? I guess so. What's up, Carrie? How you doing? Hey, Choco's 26, what is up, station? Nah, the DC sneak peek has not happened yet, actually. What's your take on whatnot variants? I mean, if you want them, get them. If you don't want them, don't get them. I guess that's my take. I don't want them, so I don't get them. Young adult novels are all right. I got a few of the Titans, specifically Raven. Yeah, and those sell pretty well too, you know. And they kind of almost take an approach like a manga type scenario, if that makes sense, right? Where they're like smaller, digest, easy, accessible, and a little bit, you know, geared towards its audience more, I guess. Warren Smith says, you can get manga anywhere. You need the LCS vibe for U.S. comics. Exactly. I want comic shops to thrive, y'all. Evil Face Bad says, comics are in a bad spot right now. I'm glad people are speaking up and bringing light to that situation. Neighborhood Merc says, I heard a discussion about floppies should be replaced by graphic novels because they could sell better. At the same time, the floppies get turned into graphic novels, and at Marvel, that doesn't seem to generate much. But like at DC, they have a healthier trade paperback graphic novel program. But I don't think that's the answer. I mean, the thing is, there's nothing like coming in to a comic shop on New Comic Book Day and picking up a stack of comics, which are meant to be, as Brian told me this week, you know, and it's good to be reminded of this. Comics are meant to be disposable entertainment. They're meant to be cheap and quick. And the graphic novel and collecting them, that's great. And I spend hours reading comics. I love it. I love them. So I don't think the floppy should be replaced by something like that. That would definitely take away that idea. Like if you had every week, not everybody can drop like $50, $60, $80 on graphic novels, but it's easier to drop like $20 a week on a few different stories that you get to be a part of. Chill Out Man says, Robbie, I'll be the bronze, you be the brains. Let's make lots of Linnea Quigley comics together. OUG says, there was definitely a domino effect from Mr. Miller gaining support from EVS and his followers. EVS would not shed one tear or two, give two shits if I stopped reading comics. Well, I would. But you know what? Why should I give two shits about what some dude like EVS thinks of me? Exactly. That guy, he just riles up people to fund Kickstarters, man. That's what I think. Figure Drawing says, the house that Mobius, Kirby, and Otomo built. Well said, Robbie. Well, Station, thank you. I stole that from Stephen Green. We had a conversation together, and he's like, those are the three pillars of all three methods of comic making. And I was like, he's right. I'm stealing that, Stephen Green. The Name Changer says, I buy manga JoJo's, and Blade of the Immortal, and some Dragon Ball Super. I love Blade of the Immortal. That's a great book. Dynamite says, I feel like Disney's a major part of Marvel's downturn. Could be. Could be. Mad Pooper said, I would think it's more the house that Herge or Herge, Tezuka, 100%, and Kirby. Yeah, Tezuka, I get that. 100%. I don't know who the other guy is, though. Unfamiliar. Must be European, contextually speaking. Evil Face Bad says, Station dudes, New Hulk and Ghost Rider are good. Wolverine is good too, but Marvel's has a lot of toilet water going on right now and other titles. Yeah, no kidding. Ian Gibson, Kevin O'Neill. Some good names there. What trope do you want to see gone in 2024? For me, it's multiverse stories. What do I want to see gone? What trope? Fighting alt-right mobs. Show respect to the material. Stop putting your human bullshit in the stories. I like human bullshit in my stories, but you can make them more exciting. You can have a plan. You can nurture talent and not just cheap out on it. Figure Drawing says, when any company becomes complacent looking at you, Marvel, bad things happen. Oh, no problem, Fire Guy Ryan. I'm really looking forward to it. Superstar long runs with guest writers for special arcs. Hell yeah, OUG, I agree. Much love to you, Ryan. You deserve it. I hope the book's good. I haven't read it yet. If it's not good, I'm sorry. It's got to be good. Here, I'm going to go ahead and break it down for y'all, right? If I read this book, and it's on the weekly comic book review, right? And I don't like it, I'm going to be like, it's okay. I won't be like, this book's shit. Or maybe I would. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be brutally honest, Ryan, with my thoughts on the book. Sorry, it's what I do. Shit, now I feel like I'm setting myself up to hate it. It's been Temple Smith. It's hard to read a book from him that I don't like, though. I'm really happy and excited for you doing your first comic, man. I'm working on my first comic right now, too, and it's a nerve-wracking fucking proposition. Billy says, back last days of the Bad Moon, coming in January. Introspect M says, yeah, it makes no sense that they don't have evergreen trade paperback collections of every back issue of every major character. I'm talking about Marvel. How's that DC sneak peek coming? It's coming. We're in a conversation right now, though. Bueller after party stream. Hell yeah, Bueller's got the after party. Billy says, the people that control the big two don't want the industry to grow. They want to keep it on lockdown. I don't know about that. LUG says, a fucking men. Abso-fucking-lutely. That stack of floppies is the best part of the week. Hell yeah. Tintin. Okay, thank you, 62. Okay. Absolutely. Hergé? Is that Hergé? I have no idea. I've never read Tintin, but I'm aware of it. Chill Out Man says, we must get through all the toilet water to get to all the real turds. Just my opinion, not speaking up for Marvel. Hey, what's up, Marco? How you doing? If it's not good, you better not sugarcoat it. Nah, I wouldn't. Let's see. Where are we at? Are you writing, drawing, or both on your comic? I'm just writing. I'm not an accomplished storyteller, artist at all. My buddy Kevin Stokes is doing the art. It is amazing. Some members of the PCP Army and the Excitable crew have seen the art. They can attest. There's some people here right now that have seen the art, and it's dope as shit. And we're very, very excited. But yes, me and him are writing it together because I do not believe we're doing this. The way we're doing this is Stan Lee, Jack Kirby style. We got together. We talked about the story. We had a few meetings. Over time, we developed our first issue. We're still developing the overall story. We're kind of going issue to issue on this. But we have long-term plans, but we'll see what happens. But we get together. We powwow. We talk about it. He breaks it down. We agree. He tightens it. He does it. And then we're going to add in the dialogue later. In fact, this week at some point, we're supposed to have our first meeting to actually start adding in some dialogue. So we are writing it together, and all of the credit really goes to Kevin. Obviously, I'm a good idea guy, and I think I'm going to be good at writing some dialogue, but we'll be writing it together. We are coming up with the story and concept together, and he is doing all of the work by translating it into the visual medium of comics, and it is fucking bombastic, y'all. You know how, when I get on my weekly comic book review and I'm like, this book is kinetically charged with dynamic qualities. It's energetic as fuck. It's bombastic. It's explosive. That's what this book looks and feels like to me. And I'm so excited. I'm trying to generate some excitement. Have you talked about your upcoming comic on previous streams? What can you share with us so far? That's basically what I can share with you so far. I can also, I've talked about it before. I will also say this. Our inspiration is this. I said, Kevin, what if we pretended it's 1993 and Rob Liefeld calls us and he wants us to launch an image number 1? What would that image number 1 be? Let's translate ourselves back into 1993 and come up with an image number 1 that's like missing from 1993. And I said, and I know your art, Kevin. And me and Kevin talk about comics a lot. Like, me and Kevin go to cons together. We go to like Memphis together. We went to MegaCon together. We go to Heroes Con together. I love talking comics with this dude because we love a lot of the same artists and shit, right? And I was like, and I'm thinking we bring a modernized 1993 Image Comics number 1 with maybe some more sophisticated level of storytelling and dialogue. I hope. But what if we really try to bring Kirby and Liefeld energy into it? And he agreed. And he's a big Liefeld fan from back in the day. And he's a Kirby fan. So am I. There's a lot of New Gods influences on this book that we're doing. A lot of Masters of the Universe influences on this book that we're doing. And we're going to be sharing something soonish. So get ready. 2024 is the year of whatever we're doing. My biggest contribution to it, aside from the name, because I did come up with the title and the name, and it's perfect in my opinion. Absolutely perfect in my opinion. But one of my biggest contributions is that a lot of the lore of this book is based in ancient Sumerian mythology and demonology. So, ancient civilization shit that I'm really, really excited to Graham Hancock my way into this book. Billy says, comics has got to get back to mostly being about honor, heroic sacrifice, love of country, masculinity. I don't know about love of country and masculinity. Sacrifice, heroism, honor, absolutely. Those three alone. Actually, also masculinity. You're going to really, I'm sure, like the book that me and my buddy Kevin are working on. But I don't think most comics should be about that. I also want comics about fucking unreliable narrators and shady fucking magicians and gnarly fucking sex workers like fucking striking out on their own, fucking killing fucking serial killers and shit like that. That's yeah. Anybody ever read Night Business by Benjamin Marra? Like I really need to start a new series of like, these are books you got to read. There's so many books that so many people don't know about, and I need to start spotlighting some of those books. Chill out, man. Is the vampire Bigfoot male or female? Because after Dylan's horror show last night, I think I know how to take care of them both. Rockin Robbie Extreme 90s edition. Yeah, it's we're going full fucking ham, y'all. We're not even fucking kidding. I'm talking like, I'm not even fucking kidding. Like, those that are here that have seen the art, E's here right now. E's seen the artwork, and if Fable's here, Fable's seen the artwork. That shit is balls to the fucking wall. I'm telling you, this first issue does not slow the fuck down, y'all. It's gonna be like 40 pages of just balls to wall, fucking savagery and action. It's fucking awesome. Trust me. At least I think it is. The art's awesome. Will Tapeworm Boy make an appearance in the comic? I am toying with the idea of adding a one-page toy Tapeworm Boy strip at the end of each issue. Just to get it published. Can't wait till your book blows up, because then I know there's hope for Ghost Thrasher. Bruh, Ghost Thrasher is going to be the first thing I do if I ever get a Marvel book. It's part of my Blade run. For those that don't know, it's my idea of Dwayne Turner, Night Thrasher, taking on the spirit of vengeance and becoming the Ghost Thrasher. Whatever we're doing as a killer title sounds like a Tynan or a Rosenberg book. Dude, you know what? That's actually a good idea. It's not the name of the book. You know the name of the book. I can't wait to share stuff with you, but I'm so nervous about not being able to deliver that I am actually pressuring Kevin to hold off on showing shit. Right? So like, I don't want to like fuck this up by like letting shit out too soon and making people wait too long and stuff like that. So I want the issue to be done before we start launching, and our plan is to self-publish, crowdfunded, one at a time is the idea. But we want to have value in what we're doing, because it's not going to be cheap, unfortunately. That's why I think things like putting Tapeworm Boy strips in there would be a good benefit. OUG says, ooh, mine is based in Celtic and Greek mythology. Nice. Beyond Real was a really good new comic, I thought. Beyond Real is out this week for us. I know that some people got it last week. We're getting it this week. But I haven't read it yet. I have it in the room over there, though. And I had a PDF of it months ago, and I still didn't read it. And we got a super chat from Larry Moore. Thank you so much, homie. We appreciate the love. So that was totally the wrong button to click. So anyway, thank you so much, homie. We appreciate the love. Yo, let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save it or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nana who had the sex with the demon, but was raised by Professor Broom, and now he fights evil and monsters. Shit! Now he fights with a man who's a fish named Abe, and now he fights with a fire starter named Liz, and an ectoplasmic mess named Yo. BBRD. Well. Thank you so much, Larry Moore, for the super chat. Do remember that super chat directly goes in my pocket right before MegaCon, so it's very appreciated, brah. Station. Love you, Larry. Fable talking about the comic book that I was just talking about, but I do not want to detract from what initially started all of this, which is talking about Ryan and Tom and Ben's new book, Crashdown, on FOC tomorrow. I have not read it, but I'm telling y'all, it's Ben Temple-Smith, and Tom and Ryan are brilliant minds about comics, especially Ryan. He reads a lot of stuff, and I am very excited to see what they bring to the table with Ben Temple-Smith on the artwork. It is actually one of my most anticipated massive comics of all time. So I'm very, very, very pumped for that. But speaking on the book that me and my homie Kevin are making, whatever we're doing, Fable says, yeah, I saw it, guys. You guys are going to want to stay tuned. Definitely worth it. Eric says, the book is going to do things to you. The art, man, fire. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I was fishing for. By the way, Robbie, do you have a Sandman #3 Danny variant 1 in 25 for me? Can't find it anywhere. I have no clue, brother. I don't know if we sold it or not. You guys try to shoot me a message. I'll be in the shop tomorrow morning. Are you going to be drawn on the comic, make a cameo? Actually, I haven't even thought about that yet, honestly. OUG says, oh man, as soon as I have anything to show for mine, I'm going to be all like, lose all chill. Oh my God, guys, look at the shiz. Chill Out Man says, this song gets better every freaking time. Station, thank you, Larry. Well, thank you so much. All right, we're about to do the DC sneak peek, but I got to go whiz, so we're going to take another quick break. So when we come back, the DC sneak peek and the PCP Movie Night 2024, January and February reveal.
I so hope this part doesn't go in the video where I'm just standing here staring forwards. That'd be so embarrassing.
Now seeking community support via Kickstarter. A frightening new comic book series by Spawn, DC Comics, and Power Rangers artist Mark Spears. Wrapping up a stellar year, Mark plans to make history yet again with his completed artwork on 8 issues of his creator-owned comic book series, Monster. And we'll go through Christmas Eve. Early backers can secure their own homage covers, signed comics, and many other options for rewards. So check out Mark Spears' Monsters, 8 issues of artwork already completed. Check it out on Kickstarter at the link below. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rockin Robbie Live here on Pop Culture Philosophers. I am your host, Rockin Robbie Billups, and this is the last and final Rockin Robbie Live of 2023, and we're doing a Teen Dog Shades night, and it must be a Teen Dog Shades night because I do not ever remember being almost 2 hours into the show and not even doing the DC sneak peek yet. So we're about to do the DC sneak peek, reveal the PCP movie lineup for 2024, at least January and February. But we've been having a great conversation already. Follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, join the PCP Army, the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. You can find podcasts and more at popculturephilosophers.com. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheRockinRobbie. You can support the channel over at patreon.com/PCP or with Super Chat tonight, which will directly go into my pocket right before I go to MegaCon, which would be very helpful, but all the support, all the help we need is you being here, being a part of this community, this PCP army, contributing to the conversation, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that jazz, and more. Join me on Wednesday night for the Blame Fable Holiday Special. It's going to be Wednesday night, I think 8 p.m.-ish, something like that. It's going to be fun, the entire Bad Batch. What's going to be a backlog, bro? Are they going to make an appearance? I don't know. But I'll be there. Fable's going to be there, and a whole bunch of other people are going to be there. It's going to be so much fun. Saturday night, the Festivus stream, our annual Festivus stream, where we will be erecting the Festivus pole. We will be airing our grievances of the year. We'll be sharing our feats of strength, which is show and tell, and just having a good old jolly time together here in the holiday season, celebrating Festivus for another year here on PCP. That same night, Dylan's going to be talking about Silent Night as part of Holiday Horror Fest, and the final PCP movie night of the year will be Friday, special day, Friday, December 29th, 8 p.m. Central Time, to end Holiday Horror Fest with New Year's Evil. We now pause for official station identification. All right, y'all, it's time to get serious and get this shit going. Here is your official DC Sneak Peek. And I'm going to do these in the order that I read them. So if you're ever curious how Robbie stacks his stacks, this is how I get my stacks on stacks on stacks. That's stupid. Anyway, first up, Titans Beast World Tour, Central City. I've enjoyed Titans Beast World so far. I've read the first 3 issues. I got a PDF of 5, but they didn't send a PDF of 4, so I didn't read it. But I've been liking it. A good Titans-centric event that's also continuing to move forward a little bit of the movement and plan. Moving forward a little bit of the movement? Yeah, and I'm trying to write a comic. Come on, get out of here. But I've liked it. I've liked Beast World. These World Tour books, so that, like, the first one was Metropolis. So it's all Superman and Super Family centric. The second one was Gotham. It's all Gotham and Bat Family centric. This is all Flash family centric. But this one actually had a more clever way that Cy Spurrier was kind of like integrating his story as a through line for all of the other stories. So as a one-shot, I really did enjoy it. It is not essential to your understanding of Titans Beast World whatsoever, but it's got solid work in there. Not every story worked for me, but the majority of them did work in a nice, fun, tie-in-y kind of way. Plus, you got a story in there written by Alex Packnadell, who actually did a good job with it. So I was very, very excited for that. Then we got Wonder Woman issue number 4, written by Tom King with artwork by Daniel Sampere. It's okay. I'm still not sold on Tom King's Wonder Woman. Like, at all. I'm not really digging it. I like parts of it. I like elements of it. There's elements of this story that I like. There's actually, I will say this. I think this is the best issue of Tom King's Wonder Woman so far, because there's a very personal and relatable story going on with Diana, with what she's doing in this issue, as well as a clever way of structuring the exposition over the events, where we weren't getting captions explaining what we already know, but Tom King was doing this interesting thing structurally where he would exposition through text one thing about one element of the story while visually showing another element, and then reversing that and flipping it, and I really liked that. So this was the better issue of Wonder Woman, actually, so, but it's still just okay for me. Still just okay. Then we got Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, issue number 3. This issue rocked. I really liked this issue because this is a throwaway book, right? This is Justice League versus Godzilla versus King Kong. Like, we should not expect much out of this. We shouldn't expect anything game-changing, anything revelatory, nothing like that. We're just expecting big, dumb fun. But the series itself is approaching the subject matter with a bit of seriousness and gravity and weight. And it's actually showing a little bit of scale, and not just scale, but it's showing a little bit of consequence. It's actually showing that this book has actually got some stakes to it. In reality, does it? No. But it's a nice illusion that issue 3 of this book is giving us. But so far, I've been liking it. So in issue 3 was a real step up. Jay Garrick, The Flash, issue number 3. Jeremy Adams did a really solid job on The Flash already. Now he's kind of recontextualizing the experience and life of Jay Garrick now that we got a new golden age. We got all these sidekicks that came back. Jeff Johns laid this whole blueprint out for a new golden age, and it's up to people like like Jeremy Adams to fill in some of those gaps, explain how Boom Boom is involved, and kind of use it to put a new spin and twist, maybe even on the origin of Jay Garrick. That being said, art's a little bit shaky here and there, but I really like the story and the vibe and flow of that book. Batman Santa Claus Silent Night, issue number 3. This should have been Justice League Santa Claus Silent Night, because it's more of a Justice League book than it necessarily is a Batman book, but it's really good. It's written by Jeff Parker. It's got some solid artwork in there too from Bandini. This is a book that shouldn't work, but it does work, and I really appreciate DC doing something like this, a weekly miniseries that's actually got some thought behind it. It's actually plugged into continuity about Batman and the Justice League and the Bat family teaming up with Santa Claus against the Krampus. And it's fun, and this is something that, you can find in hardcover later on, or have the single issues, or get the paperback and just read it every holiday season, and it's Batman and the Bat family and Justice League, and it's really good, y'all. It's not changing the world, not like not like that Bono song from the 80s, but it's really good. Green Lantern War Journal, issue number 4. Another excellent issue of Green Lantern War Journal from Philip Kennedy Johnson, really elaborating on the idea of this, what they call them, the Radiant Dead. John's infected with that. There's other universe shit going on. There's another lantern. There's a re-ignition of power in a way in this book. I really like this book, getting into the character of John Stewart, but also like playing around with some interesting ideas without having to make a new color ring. So I like what's going on in here. I like the story and the characterization that's being built upon and built up by Philip Kennedy Johnson. Nightwing, issue 109, great cover, very striking, very visual. That's a contender for cover of the week right there. Tom Taylor, Stephen Byrne. Pretty solid issue of Nightwing. It wraps up this latest arc. It does it in a really interesting way. I think Tom Taylor actually played his cards right with this, kind of reintroducing some elements from the Rick Grayson era, which is kind of a weird era in Nightwing's history, but kind of playing with it and actually making it have some resonance and a little bit of nuance. Of course, he's been writing Grayson for a while, but anyway, I really liked this book. I thought it was good. The art was decent. It's a nice, solid wrap-up to this arc and lead in to what's coming in and plugging this arc into the ongoing story. Superman is here with issue number 9. Josh Williamson's been killing it on Superman. I absolutely love it. You have Bruno Redondo on the artwork here. Doesn't quite shine as some of his issues of Nightwing, but it does work. And it's actually kind of visually striking at times. But Superman just had his ass kicked in the last issue. Lois is at his bedside. Shit's shifting and a changing. A lot of stuff being ramped up. And this is the start of a new arc, but it's definitely built upon what came before. And the ending of this book got me so freaking excited for issue number 10. I don't want to spoil it, but this is just good, fun, solid, exciting superhero comics. And so is Batman Superman World's Finest, issue number 22, continuing basically a prequel to Kingdom Come by Mark Waid and Dan Mora. Tamara Bonvillain on the coloring. Y'all, this book is just epic. And it's tied into the idea, slight spoilage here, but this was revealed issues and issues ago. Boy Thunder is Magog from Kingdom Come. So Batman and Superman of our reality have to go to the Kingdom Come reality in the past of the Kingdom Come reality that we are familiar with. And they come across Thunder Man. Boy Thunder becomes Thunder Man. That version of Superman and Batman, they're trying to figure out what's going on. And then we find out that, of course, if you know your biblical references, where there's a Magog, before that, there's a Gog. And that's what we're discovering here. It's tied into some really cool apocalyptic lore that Mark Waid's playing with, and the artwork by Dan Mora is just top-notch. Such a good book. And then Batman Off-World issue number 2. So issue number 1 really blew me away. Doug Monkey's artwork was phenomenal. The coloring The coloring by Mendoza is fantastic. Or is that the inker? That might actually be the inker. I think Doug still uses an inker. Y'all, look at that. Look at that. That's good stuff. I bet the credits are at the end. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. That's good stuff. Yeah, Mendoza's the inker. David Barron is the colorist. The colors are amazing in the first issue, but where were we going to go in the second issue? I am pleased to tell you it's just as exciting as the first issue. It's got moments of true tragedy and sadness and nuance, but it's also just got really gnarly, cool Batman fighting alien shit. And Jason Aaron, I think he's going to be revitalized at DC because 2 issues of his Batman miniseries right now is awesome. And I've read his first issue of Action Comics that comes out next month, and it's fucking awesome. So I'm telling y'all, Jason Aaron's about to get revitalized over at DC, and I think DC is going to have a really good 2024, banking on creators like him. This book was awesome. And also, just want to show off the Batman 406, Batman Year 1, Part 3, Facsimile Edition, with all the ads, with the newsprint and the original coloring. This is one of the most glorious things that DC could do for us, and they did. So I'm so thankful for it. Because I don't think I have every single issue. I do have the original issues, but I think I'm missing one. I think this is the one I'm missing, actually. I have Part 1 and 2, and I think I have 4. I don't think I have this one. Placeholder. Anyway, Batman Facsimile that we deserve. Thank you for doing facsimiles right. I appreciate that. Batman Offworld. No qualms. Just as good as issue number 1. If you like that, you're going to like that one. Batman Superman World's Finest, number 22. One of the best superhero comics out there. Superman number 9. Really liking this. Love the setup, man. Love that Josh is having fun with Superman. A lot of cool tie-ins to like that Jeff Loeb, Joe Kelly, J.M. DeMatteis, Doug Mahnke kind of era, right? Nightwing, really great cover, really solid conclusion to this arc and getting back in touch with the ongoing story. Green Lantern War Journal, playing with different interesting ideas about the emotional spectrum, but doing it without having to create a new lantern ring or something like that. Really cool stuff there. Batman Silent Night, or Batman Santa Claus Silent Night, number 3. Dude, just reading Superman, like awestruck by meeting Santa Claus, that's worth the price of admission alone. Plus those Dan Mora covers. Jay Garrick, The Flash, a little bit shaky on the art, but the story's really solid. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, number 3, raises the stakes and makes you feel it. I actually really like that. Wonder Woman, number 4, the best issue of Tom King's book so far, his run so far, but it's still just okay. And one of my favorite tie-ins to the Titans Beast World thing, Beast World Tour, Central City, a nice, cool, clever way to tie all the stories in together, but not essential at all. You could totally skip it, but if you're an Alex Packendale fan, you definitely want to check out his story. So anyway, that has been your DC Sneak Peek. All right. Just get it out of the way before we got distracted again here on Teen Dog Shades Night. Hey, we got Steph in the house. What's up, Link? Missing Link is in the house. Trade Paper Dad's in the house. For the cost of a cup of coffee, you can help my Cowboys stop the run. I wish. And Chill Out Man says, after reading this chat tonight, doesn't it feel good knowing that we are not alone in this world? Thanks a lot, guys. You're the freaking best. Well, we love you, Chill Out Man. Brother Joe says, please come and join us this Wednesday night and help Fable keep me from singing Christmas songs all night long. Brother Joe, he's going to have to keep both of us from doing it. Because I'll come up there and I'll be like, Brother Joe, God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born upon this day. From Satan's power, blah, 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 we're gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Comfort and joy. Whoa, tidings of comfort and joy. Right? Or, I'll be like, last Christmas I gave you my heart. The very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Oh. Or, Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would something on the something? Did you know that this baby boy with some down, this child that you've delivered will soon deliver you? Oh, Mary, did you know? Do, 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 do. I love that electric piano, that Kenny Rogers, Winona Judd bit. Dude, I'm telling y'all, I love the shit out of that song. Love the shit out of that song. How's it go? And now in New York City, snow on the ground. Whatever. We'll deal with that one later. Hey, what's up, Jaden Onion? How you doing? Hey, what's up, Mary? Yes, we need more caroling on Rockin Robbie Live. Ha ha. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. Is Action Comics going back to one story? Is it still just multiple stories? I think it's back to one story, but I'm not sure. I think. What's up, Easy Reader? How you doing? I have not been doing shots, Easy. I've been smoking and just drinking beer. But it's a Teen Dog Shay's night. Oh, Mary, did you know? It's another one I like. We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse so far. Field and fountain, moor and mountain, follow the yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, last but leading, still proceeding, guide us to that perfect light, or something like that. We Three Kings was always one of my favorite Christmas songs. Yeah, I like commercial Christmas songs. You know, I've still been really big into the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special soundtrack. I love the Waitresses, Christmas Wrapping. Dead by Xmas. I'll be dead by Xmas. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Can we all cover the Drifters' White Christmas together when, oh, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Let's do it, Stu. Fuck yeah. Bobby says, I call dibs on Blue Christmas. I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of wine, but I'll have a blue Christmas. I did it tonight so that I can leave it for you on Wednesday, Bobby. Sledhead says, Robbie's wearing shades because his future's so bright with him working on a comic. Well, thank you so much. Yep, the show's already off the rails and love it. Come hang out, y'all. I tell you, if you don't think... Here's the thing, man. Fable, you have no idea what's going to happen when you have 10 people on the fucking screen together, bro. And if we all start singing, we're going to open up a portal to another Lovecraftian dimension. It's going to be fucking wild, man. What's another one? Fuck, I want to sing more Christmas songs. What's another one? Oh, I haven't heard the Elton John one this year, actually. Welcome to my Christmas song. Bam, 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 bam. Still been a Christmas, still been a Christmas. I really like that song. Silly, but I like it. I like it. What's another one I can sing? Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Join the triumph of the skies, with angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark, the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. I like some of the religious ones. I'm not lying. I do. I still think there's a nice connotation that I can like. I was raised in the Christian church, so even in my current practices, I still like kind of linger and focus on that. But that is definitely something in the new paradigm that's going to be changing. So, Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. Something on Christmas Day, or something like that. I don't remember. You may not believe in Santa's reindeer, but as for me and Grandma, we believe. I know I like that bit. Bobby, I'm leaving it for you, brother. I was letting you know what level you got to be at, bro. That's all. It's Christmas at Ground Zero. Yeah, the Weird Al song. Oh, Willie Nelson's 90th birthday party's being aired? Oh, that's cool. Fuck yeah. Station Willie Nelson. You know, I really, really, really like the Frank Sinatra Jingle Bells rendition, where it's like, I got those Jingle bells. Dong. I'm talking those Jingle bells. Oh, yes, those Jinglebells. Oh, yes, those Jingle bells. And then Frank comes in, he's like, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. I fucked up the words. Oh, man. Robbie would be an awesome lounge singer. Well, thank you. I would appreciate that. That'd be dope. I'd be like, somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, da. What the fuck is going on? I'm not even drinking shots tonight. I'm just so hype. I put all these fucking shades and it goes crazy. Rah! I'll tell you what happened. This is what happened. I'll tell you what happened. So there's this like energy drink, like Ahani, something like that. I don't know. They have this peach one. It's like a 0 sugar peach energy drink that is delicious. I was at the grocery store today and I was like, you know what? Surely they got to have energy drinks in like a powder form or something. And lo and behold, this Johnny, whatever the fuck it is, this peach one right there. I was like, oh, that's way cheaper than buying cans of it. So I got that. And right before my show, I fucking had that. It was delicious. By the way, down that shit. I'm super fucking excited and hyped right now. And I haven't done Coke in fucking years and years. So that's not what it is. But we're filled with the spirit right now, everybody. I really thought this show would only be 2 hours tonight. I was like, we're not going to go long tonight, Robbie. We're not going to go long. I'm just so tired. I'm just kidding. Jingle bells. Oh, wait, okay. I'm gonna pull up the lyrics of this one because I don't want to mess it up. This is one of my favorite Christmas songs too, by Burl Ives. Let's see. If I was a lounge singer during the holiday season, I would totally pop in, and my showstopper would be. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. Well, I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas. And when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Oh, ho, the mistletoe hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Yeah, I really like that one. Yeah, I like that one. Mary, did you know that I listened to that motherfucker like 3 times in a row today in the car. I just kept going, Spotify back. Spotify back. Start it over. G Fuel. Oh, yeah, I've never done the G Fuel stuff. Alani? It might be Alani. I don't know. It's like Peach. It's Peach. It's Peach something. Brother Joe says, Fable doesn't let me take it over and make it a Sonny and Cher Christmas special. That's really what we need to do. When we've hit the height of everything, y'all, we got to have something akin to that. Hey, Clayton's back. Pretty sure that energy drink is the Rocks brand. Also, Ohani means family or something. Nice. It was delicious. I downed that thing, and I've been hype ever since, bro. Woo! I'm still eating burgers from last night watching Slumber Party Massacre 2. Again, thanks, Robbie. Dude, that's that's one of the greatest things you can do is eat burgers and watch Slumber Party Massacre 2. Bruh, it's great. Great flick. One of my personal favorites. Which we've never covered on PCP Movie Night, actually, now that I think about it. Teen Dog Shades Christmas Edition. What's Christmas mean to you? I was going to spend most of the night trying to talk about my most recent spiritual experience that I had while I was on shrooms the day before Thanksgiving, but I don't even know if we're going to get to that. But that happened. So we can save that for another Teen Dog Shades night. Or I can just wrap it up real quick here. Okay, so this is what happened. Allegedly, I may have taken a substance near what is considered the heroic dose. Not quite the heroic dose, but near. I was alone. Allegedly, if I did this, it would have been the first time I ever did such things alone. Except for with my cat. I was smart. I stayed indoors. I had straight up a fucking ego breakdown fucking journey through myself, my life. I went from crying at just bawling my eyes out to just filled with immense pleasures of joy and gratitude about life and the people in my world. I was visited by 3 entities that were actually one entity. And then I eventually figured out that the energy pumping off from these entities was the same energy that I used to identify when I was a Christian in the Christian church as God. And nowadays in my head, it's more like the universe, the cosmos, Ka, if you're a Dark Tower fan, the Force, if you're a Star Wars fan. And I came to the realization that this force is the same God that I was having conversations with daily when I was training in the Christian church, for instance, right? And then I had a conversation with my mother and my grandmother. Now, my mother and my grandmother are like the number one parental figures of my life, right? My father, biological father, wasn't really there much in my young life at all. And I have a stepfather who is my dad, and I love that dude forever. And he's awesome. I can't wait to see him on Christmas Eve. Donnie is his name. However, my mother and my grandmother are unfortunately no longer with us. So I had a conversation with them. And it wasn't verbal. Some of it may have been, but it was all, man, it was trippy. It was crazy. 3 entities represented by the colors purple and green and fucking red. And it was just all of this shit. And it was all going on. And oh my goodness, y'all. It was amazing. And I had notes. I'll share notes. So I have Alexa devices throughout the apartment. And while this was going on, I kept leaving myself reminders, because usually what I do is I have a notebook and I make notes. But I thought it'd be easier to talk to myself. And I'm pretty sure I still have the notes here. So I sent them to as reminders on my Alexa device. So for the next 3 days, I kept getting these random ass reminders from my Alexa devices. Oh, did I really delete them? No way I did that. No way I did that. Let's just open up the app. We'll get to the bottom of this. Anyway, there's a moment, because if I was ever doing anything like that, not that I would or condone it, but if I ever was, I really would like to see the trees move and shit like that. And I was alone, and I knew that I didn't need to go outside. So even though I would go outside a little bit, take a peek, I would quickly go back in. And at one moment, I was even I'm not going outside because I'm smart. And I guess I was talking to my fucking cat. I was having conversations with my cat, myself, and God. I really felt like I broke up into 3 personalities as well that were almost reflected by these 3 entities that were actually one entity, almost like that was a microcosm or a macrocosm of the macro, or a macrocosm of the microcosm that is me, where there were 3 forms of me: my higher self, my current self, and my younger inner child self. So I honestly felt like it was my id and my ego and the raw I have no fucking idea how it breaks down psychologically, but it was a very profound fucking experience. And over all of it, the biggest thing I got out of it was gratitude and love. Now, I've talked to y'all before about how I have... Oh, is it not on here anymore? Why would you delete those, Robbie? Hold on. Reminders. I want to see older reminders. Bum, 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 bum. Damn. I don't know if they're gone now. Oh, activity history. All right, sorry. So, it's going to be hard to get through this. It's going to be fucking alarm after alarm, weather after weather. All right, I'll just try to run down what I can remember. Let me look again in another folder here. Damn, I guess I deleted it. All right, anyway, it was shit like one of them said, figure out the diameter of time. It was very important to me that was something that we need to work on together in 2024, to figure out the diameter of time. One of them said, Sour Patch Kids are fucking awesome. One of them said, drink more water, you should. Because I remember sharing water with my cat in a very sacred ceremony. And I remember eating Sour Patch Kids that I offered to the gods. I don't know what the hell was going on, but it was wild and it was profound and it was exciting. And I plan on taking a journey again soon, allegedly, if one was to do such things. But yes, so there you go. Let's take a look at some chats. And I felt like there's like a very core group of people. And as much as I love everybody in my life, there's a very core group of people that are like my core like group and family, right? My quartet. And I felt like their presence as well. So I was like surrounded by the presence of like God, the universe, this being of three that were one, that was God, and then that was also me, and my higher self, my lower self, and my base self, and just like I also felt surrounded by the people that I absolutely love in my life. And without naming names, it's H, it's J, it's K, and it's L. And I felt like they were there with me. All right, let's take a look. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Paul McCartney, I'll learn it for the show. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Turn on the lights. Da-da-da-da. We're here tonight. All and I'm family having a wonderful Christmas time. Hell yeah. Du jour is of the day in French. That's right. Soup du jour. Du jour means friendship. And seatbelts, though. Also. Higher power. But there's stuff. Du jour means friendship. Stu says, shout out psilocybin. Allegedly. If one is so inclined to do so. Here's Eric with the seatbelts. Y'all, Rachel Lee Cook's going to be in my town in April for the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. Rachel Lee Cook is going to be here. I'm like beyond excited. I'm beyond excited. I'm like, I'm going to shoot my shot, y'all. What are you just going to... Hey, Rachel, how you doing? And if the worst thing I could do is what I really want to do is just like go up to her and just be like, sing one of the Josie songs. It's been 6 long years and 5 long days to all your lies to come undone. And those 3 small words were way too late. 'Cause you can't see that I'm the one. I love that movie. Check out our PCP movie night on Josie and the Pussycat, y'all. Du jour means friendships. Du jour means seatbelts. Ariel's got to have stories if she could talk. She probably did talk while she was tripping. I was talking to her. Says a lot of communication's done just telepathically during those situations. Chill Out Man says, oh my God, I'm loving this, Robbie. Ouroboros Snake, what's up? Oh my God, I was literally about to ask you about shrooms. Stu says, beautiful, bro. I love it. Insert outside when you're tripping. Dude, Robbie, we're the same entities, feminine, because in certain pagan-based religions, there's the 3 aspects called the maiden, the mother, and the crone. Oh, yeah, and my good friend Jamie has been telling me and teaching me about like some relations to that in the like Hindu pantheon and shit like that. So, and then there's the Holy Trinity, and oh yeah, there's a lot. I'm big into comparative religion and mythology. Brother Joe says, I thought you were full of the Christmas spirit tonight. Hell yeah. Stu says, bro Joe, he is testifying. Eric says, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Ghost of past, present, and future. Exactly. Mary says, this is beautiful. Well, thank you so much, y'all. Just because the Teen Dog shades are on. Chill Out Man says, note to self, make reservations to stay with Rockin Robbie next Christmas Eve. Sledhead says, that is a common thing you hear with psychedelic spiritual transformation. Yeah. And I was, allegedly have been no stranger to it. If one was so inclined to not be a stranger to it. Taki says, when Rockin Robbie goes deep, Atlantis is in the sky. Told y'all are in for a treat tonight. Taki, you showed back up at the right time, apparently. Well, I love you, Clayton. And love the carols. Aw. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Hey, Perry's in the house. What's up? Perry, how you doing? Pretty sure du jour means family or something. Pretty sure du jour means it's time to reveal the PCP movie night lineup for January and February of 2024. Y'all, I'm so excited. But do remember, PCP movie night is not done for the year. We have a very special show on Friday night, December 29th, 8 p.m. Central Time. We're wrapping up Holiday Horror Fest with New Year's Evil. It's going to be a great show. Fable and Perry should be there. Brooks and Jelani and myself. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And do join us on the Festivus stream this upcoming Saturday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. And join us over at Fable's One Collection Down for his holiday special, where me and Brother Joe and Bobby De La Ghetto and Stu are going to be giving you our rendition of the Drifters' White Christmas. I do. I just watched White Christmas for the first time with one of my partners this last week, and it was fucking awesome. I fell in love with White Christmas. That shit was so fucking badass. Like, such a good movie. And I'm like, I'm going to wait. I'm going to put it on my Amazon wish list, right? I'm going to put it on my Amazon wish list. And by the way, if you're part of the PCP Army or if you follow me on Facebook, I shared my Amazon wish list. I'm not asking you to. I'm not telling you to. If anybody wants to give me a gift, that's where you go. However, I'm going to put that on my Amazon wish list, right? I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to wait until, like, I'm assuming, like, in June, maybe May. It's going to be, like, super fucking cheap. I'm going to snatch that shit up. Snatch it up. Snatch it up. Mary says, that movie is so much fun. We're getting it for you for Christmas. I love it. Oh, you don't have to do that, Mary, but I would take it because I fucking love that movie. Oh, that was really good. I want to watch Holiday Inn now after doing the research, and it's on Amazon Prime, so I have plans maybe this week, maybe at some point. Hopefully we can see if I can fit it in. I mean, it's this week or bust, right? So last week to get your Christmas movies in, I still haven't rewatched Gremlins. I had a great Christmas. What have I watched Christmas-wise? So far, I've watched Christmas Evil. I've watched Black Christmas. I've watched Christmas Bloody Christmas twice. I've watched Silent Night, Deadly Night. And White Christmas. That's what I've watched so far. I definitely want to try to fit Gremlins in, but I want to fit Holiday Inn in as well. There's just not enough time. I got to start watching some Police Academy movies. Why? Let's tell you. PCP Movie Night, Revelation. Here we go. So this is all going to kick off like January, I think it's 8th. I think it's January 8th. Kicks off there. Goes for 4 weeks. We take a week off the week I come back from MegaCon, and then we're back for 3 more in February. And it all kicks off with the entirety of the Police Academy franchise. All 7 Police Academy movies are going to be talked about on the first PCP movie night of 2024. Next up, and I'm telling y'all, I think this is the most solid banger lineup we've ever had to kick off a year. Next up, Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing, which is going to include Taki's first appearance on PCP Movie Night. Right after that, Martin Scorsese's Casino. We already talked about Goodfellas. We talked about Taxi Driver. Now we're going to talk about Casino. That one's going to be a great show. After that, 12 Monkeys from Terry Gilliam, starring, of course, Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt. Then we're taking a week break for MegaCon, but when we return in February, we're kicking off with John Carpenter's Escape from New York. After that, Guy Ritchie's Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, one of my absolute favorite crime fiction movies. And we're wrapping up February with Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown, which was gifted to me by our man Eric, the Stash. So thank you so much. To recap, we kick off PCP Movie Night in January with the entire Police Academy franchise. We move on to Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing, on to Martin Scorsese's Casino, on to Terry Gilliam's 12 Monkeys. We take a week break, come back with John Carpenter's Escape from New York, come back with Guy Ritchie's Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown. And if you get what I'm doing here, we're talking about some of the best directors out there and maybe some of their more underappreciated works at time. Let's run through that list again. All right, so there you go. That's the PCP Movie Night lineup for January and February of 2024. And then that leads right into March Madness. Got the March Madness lineup already. It's going to be the biggest March Madness of all time because it's going to be 3 channels involved in March Madness this year. Then we have April. April is going to bring a fantastic lineup of movies as well. We've already been filling the spots in those panels. And then May brings us to the Crew's Choice part of the year, of which we have a very nice spin on Crew's Choice this year. I cannot wait to reveal it to y'all. And then Action Fest, and then Horror Fest. And then in November, it's kind of up in the air right now, but I want to see you sound off. What would you like to see us do in November? Would you like to see Van Damme November again? Would you like to see us go through the Back to the Future trilogy? Or would you like to see us go through the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Let me know in the chat right now. What would you prefer? Van Damme November to continue, or the Back to the Future trilogy, movie by movie, 3 weeks, or the Lord of the Rings trilogy, movie by movie, over 3 weeks? Y'all let me know. And we have a big surprise coming for April 1st. Stu says Back to the Future. Two Gun Pedro says awesome lineup. Eric says this is a killer lineup. Bobby says nice. Sledhead says good list of movies. Name Changes says Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels is awesome. Stu says wow. Eric says Jackie Brown. Eric says oh wow, 12 Monkeys. Name Changer says 12 Monkeys is awesome for those watching it for the first time. I envy you. Hell yeah. Name Changer says 7 police academies. Wow. Hell yeah. It is a dope-ass lineup. Stu says Jackie Brown is my favorite shit ever. That soundtrack is untouchable. Name Changer says, I agree. Killer lineup. You're going to have a great January starting off strong. With the Police Academy movies, that's why we had to get those ones out of the way. Stu says, wow, hell yes, this man ain't playing, y'all. Eric says, Elmer Leonard is one of my favorite writers, and Tarantino adapts it so well with the changes. He did another story that was adapted into one of my other favorite movies from the same time, Out of Sight, in which Michael Keaton plays the same character, so I like that kind of continuity. All right, Stu says Back to the Future. Fable says Back to the Future. Choco says Van Damme or Back to the Future. Eric says, oh man, a lot of John Claude goodness left on the table, and yes, there is. Yes, we still haven't reviewed Street Fighter. We did review Street Fighter. It's already on the channel. Look it up. We've already done it. We could do it again, though. Chris says, Willie Nelson and Snoop are singing Roll Me Up and Smoke Me When I Die live. That's nice. All right. It's time to get into show and tell here. First thing for show and tell. I got one of those adult Happy Meals this week. I actually got 2 of them. The first day, Mike picked them up for us, and he gave me his McNugget buddies. And these are designed by Kerwin Frost, who's an artist. But you can either get like a 10-piece chicken nugget meal or a Big Mac meal, and you get the cool Happy Meal toy, which is a Chicken McNugget buddy, which I am obsessed with, and I want all of them. And there's even like one per store, like a gold variant. But I don't care about the gold so much. But I got 2 of these this week. But the first day, Mike picked them up, and he got a toy, and I got a toy. They were both different toys. And Mike gave me his toy. So I have 2 out of the 6. Now, the next day, I got another one with my homies Chris and Jay Strick, and we all 3 got the same toy, and it was one I already had. Just going to make sure I get the right. Okay. Let me put them together. All right, so I got this one. And, you know, they're Chicken McNugget buddies. They're little McNugget people, which I love. I have all the Halloween McNugget buddies from the first year of that. So, yeah, there you go. Let's put them in the back cave with the Justice League. And then I got this one. The one I want the most is the Mr. Freeze one. The dude looks like Mr. Freeze. But I want all 6 of them. But those are the 2 I got so far. But one can only eat so many Big Macs and Chicken McNuggets in a week. So I think I'm done buying the Happy Meals. Maybe one more if they're still there next week. But I think I'll just go online at some point next year and just try to fill out the collection. All right, I got some Blu-rays. Got some Blu-rays here. So I picked this one up, Christmas Bloody Christmas. This is what we talked about last night on the very special edition of the Ass-Eating Dylan's Horror Show. So I picked that up. Verno gifted me this. It's the 4K of Talk to Me with the slip. This was a great movie. We covered it on his channel. So check that out over at Blood Splatter Chatter. But there it is, Talk to Me. And I got this in this week, but this company, Visual Vengeance, has been re-releasing lost, videotaped Linnea Quigley movies. And they put out this new one, Scream Queen. This was like from the late 90s, early 2000s. I've never seen it. Never even heard of it, but they do a great job of packaging these together. It's got a reversible sleeve. The other side of the sleeve looks like that. And it's got cool stuff inside of it. It's got these like replica VHS stickers and a VHS membership rental card. It's got a cool little book that comes with it right there, talking about the movie. It's got Linnea Quigley. I'm definitely checking out this movie. They did Heart of Darkness, which was not a good movie, but I do like it because it's Linnea Quigley. And just like that, it also comes with a little poster of Linnea from the movie. So there you go. So that is Linnea Quigley Scream Queen Blu-ray set. And this is filmed like, this is the heyday of independent horror cinema. And a lot of shit was filmed on videotape. So this is filmed on videotape, so it's standard definition. But you know what? Every time they put out one of these Linnea movies that I've never seen, I'm going to buy it. So there you go. All right, comic book wise, I did get some comics. Let's see here. So Monty Keene, who does Steel Streets, I did place an order a couple weeks ago, and I got Steel Streets number 8. I have 1 through 7 already. I bought them when I met him at Heroes Con, so I'm excited to get into this book. Y'all, look at that artwork. Self-published, heavily influenced by 80s alternative underground comics, Turtles, RoboCop, shit like that. He also sent me this cool print to go along with it. So I like that. He could have signed it, but it's okay. I'll meet him again. But one of the real reasons why I put in an order, aside from to get Steel Streets, was to get Bootleg Spider-Man number 2. I didn't get issue number 1, and like literally days after I placed my order, he announced a second print on Bootleg Spider-Man number 1. So I got to get a hold of that. But this is a completely unauthorized, gnarly Spider-Man book by Monty Keene, and I'm very excited to read it, but I kind of want to wait until I get part 1. I don't know if I have to. I missed out on part 1, but they did promise that there's a reprint going, so I got to go ahead and get that pre-ordered if I can. But I'm very excited to check this book out. It's supposed to be pretty gnarly. And at my comic shop, we do Secret Santa every year. And this year, I drew Jonathan Strickland. I drew Jay Strick's name. I got him a model from One Piece because he's in a One Piece. And he actually pulled me. And what he picked me up was something that I had been having my eye on for a while. This is Jack Kirby's Dingbat Love. So it's the King of Comics' final complete unpublished stories. In cooperation with DC Comics, Tomorrow's Publishing compiles a tempestuous trio of never-seen 1970s Jack Kirby projects. These are the final complete, unpublished Jack Kirby stories in existence, presented here for the first time, including 2 unused Dingbats of Danger Street tales, Kirby's final Kid Gang group, inked by Mike Royer and D. Bruce Berry, and newly colored for this book, and True Life Divorce, the abandoned newsstand magazine that was too hot for its time, reproduced from Jack's pencil art, and as a bonus, we've commissioned Mike Royer to ink one of the stories. And Soul Love, the unseen 70s romance book, so funky, even a jive turkey will dig the unretouched inks by Vince Coletta and Tony De Zuniga, and plus, there's editor John Morrow's in-depth examination of why these projects got left back, Jerry Boyd's analysis of Soul Love with an artistic surprise by superstar painter Alex Ross, concept art and uninked pencils from Dingbats, plus introductions and an afterword by 70s Kirby assistants Mark Evanier and Steve Sherman. So you know that I had to have this in my collection. And Jay Strick knew that I had my eyes on these, and he hooked me up, and I'm very, very pleased. And one day we'll crack this open and we'll take a look at it, a closer look at it, and we'll chat about it here on the channel. Cool stuff, perfect for a Kirby fan. Thus ends show and tell. Which leads us to your official Final 5. All right, going through the VHS collection. This is one I found at a thrift store, and I got ecstatic that I found this for 89 cents. Manhunter. We talked about this on PCP Movie Night for March Madness already. Great, brilliant film. The first film involving Hannibal Lecter. Here's my original copy of The Matrix with a cool, like, kind of chromiumed out cover right there. But yes, The Matrix on VHS, y'all. What does that look like on VHS? Here's Mission Impossible. Don't really like that film, but whatever. Then we've got The Never-Ending Story. Never-ending story. La na 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 na. So there you go. And Inconceivable. I got The Princess Bride on VHS. So hell yeah. That has been your official Final Five. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great holiday season. I hope you had a great year, but reflect on it in the coming weeks. That's the true meaning of Christmas, is to reflect as the sun technically dies for 3 days and is resurrected, and it's the celebration of the winter solstice. Longest night of the year, followed by the promise of spring and the sun and victory. So while these next couple weeks, reflect on the year, the good times, the bad times, and reflect on the next year and what you want to do. And if you need to, throw on your teen dog shades, drink some, smoke some, maybe even chew some. If you are so inclined to like mushrooms on your pizza or something like that. Anyway, Station, on behalf of everybody here at PCP, we'll see you on Festivus, on One Collection Down, on PCP Movie Night. We're not done for the year. We are signing off for the year. For Rockin Robbie Live, we love you. Y'all are the best. Station, pop, pop, boom. And thanks for rocking with us.
Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Live!
All right, so we're going to do a good old-fashioned toy unboxing. Inspired by Fable being here, I got a whole slew of toys here to unbox. But since Fable's here, we're going to do a Transformer. It's been a minute since I've unboxed one of these. I got this a while ago, but this is a G2-inspired Jazz with a very gaudy, ultra 90s neon orange paint job. So this was an unproduced G2. It was intended for a G2 release. Now, a lot of people don't like the G2 stuff. I understand. I personally do. And there's this book that we used to stock at my store. It's no longer available. But it's like Transformers Legacy or something. But it's all like the box art, right? And shit like that. And one of them was this version of Jazz for G2. And with the gaudy orange, right? But they never produced it, but they did now. So I am excited. The only Hasbro toys that I collect modern are Transformers. Because I can be very selective with which ones I want. So let's get this open. These damn shades are kind of hindering me, y'all. I'm not going to lie. I can't see how I'm supposed to open this. Just rip it. Just fucking rip it. Let's just do that. Who gives a shit? If we sell it, it's not going to have a box. All right. So there's Jazz. I'm assuming it's pretty much the same Jazz I already have, which seems like it is, but it's got that paint color. So let's dig into this. Oh my goodness gracious. These things are so hard. All right. We can now lift the G2 gaudy orange Jazz out. Yep, it's pretty much the same figure. But it's those colors. Maybe it's a little... Is it smaller? I can't tell. I got to go grab my other Jazz, but it's in the other room. It ain't happening. But... And I think it's actually transformed. Maybe not. But there it is right there. It's not everybody's thing, but it's definitely my thing. I love this. I can't wait to remember how to transform this motherfucker and see what it looks like in its alt mode. So there you go. That's dope, right? Jazz is a great mold. Yeah, it is. Talkie with the super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. This might be, because of Talkie, we all need to drink more water, everybody. So please, let's drink some more water. And also, this might be the final Hellboy song of the year, y'all. So let's really embrace it. Let's do this shit. Let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save it or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nana who had a sex with the demon, but was raised by Professor Broom. And now he fights evil and monsters. Shit! Now he fights with the man who's a fish named Abe. And now he fights with the fire starter named Will and an ectoplasmic mess named Johan. PPRD. Yeah! Yo, we getting down tonight in the holiday spirit, don't you know? Don't fear it, it's just the way it is when you live in life with people that you love and that you know, that you respect, that want you to exceed and grow. Let me tell you what it's like. You gotta get rid of the strife, you gotta know, oh. Now you know the secret of living. Damn, is the way to receive what you've been given. That is my. Dylan from Dylan's Horror Show. We had a great conversation last night talking about eating ass and Christmas, bloody Christmas. Dylan, you can let everybody know, you can confirm all day long. Ass eating memes from Scarpad. All fucking day long. All goddamn day. All right. Love y'all. Happy New Year and shit. See ya. Now seeking community support via Kickstarter. A frightening new comic book series by Spawn, DC Comics, and Power Rangers artist Mark Spears. Wrapping up a stellar year, Mark plans to make history yet again with his completed artwork on 8 issues of his creator-owned comic book series, Monsters. Monsters is on Kickstarter now and will go through Christmas Eve. Early backers can secure their own homage covers, signed comics, and many other options for rewards. So check out Mark Spear's Monsters, 8 issues of artwork already completed. Check it out on Kickstarter at the link below. Recording.
We're recording.
Hey, gang, welcome to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Love y'all.